Stop. I'm New Scott.
You are New Scott.
I'm
taking up too much room as usual.
Okay.
Good. Tower.
Welcome to the 76th session of the Roses Are Red campaign. As we rejoin the Roses, having just returned from the grove of the goddess baby and interacting with a couple of her avatars to find, well, to return with Siffy, Naya, and Francesca after questing through a storybook in order to recover the lost children. You were sent back to the Count de Moore's estate in Kyla, and there it was made clear that Siffy was not going to be staying with the de Moores.
Yeah, it was.
And it was also made clear that Thesnelda is not thrilled with Uhtred's parenting in her absence.
Muroc's coming around to it.
I've cooled.
Did you give her an axe?
What?
Did he give his daughter an axe?
He's just completely absent.
Oh, gotcha. I thought like,
She went to an orphanage.
reasonable.
Yeah. He remembers Uhtred speaking to her in Purgatory, where he swore that he would take care of his daughter since she would no longer be able to.
Mm-hmm.
And now come to find out, that was half a year ago.
He was working on it.
I was making my rounds.
It's just always like a phrase that doesn't like super mean anything.
What happens in Penturus stays in Penturus.
I'm sorry there was a dragon to be dealt with in an entire war.
Yeah. That's where Muroc's a little bit on your side. Shit got sideways.
It got really real.
Oh yeah, because he couldn't have, used some of that time where he was making kale shakes and doing lots of push-ups to instead run over to Kyla and get his daughter out of an orphanage.
Save the world? Yeah, I think not.
Not to mention the whores.
Right.
Lots of horse.
Opening a business, opening a second business.
Mm-hmm.
No time for parenting.
Have you
Not
seen?
yet.
Yes.
That is Uhtred. The absentee
Oh, let's
father.
hope not.
Well, not the ending. The message of the movie about absentee fathers pursuing money for the children.
What movie?
The whole trilogy's badass.
Oh boy,
Oh boy.
Oh.
Trilogy.
it's badass. You would love it.
It's a trilogy. Old boy, young boy, medium boy.
No, you'd think it would be, but it's like there's like two really fucking long titles that are like the sequels of it. Same director, same universe, some of the same characters.
Okay.
Right. So, with that, as you're all reeling from the profound information granted to you by the avatars of the deity of innocence and children, you are approached by the Count, who apologizes. And he was just so excited to have his daughters back that it was an oversight. And he hands you a sort of long form contract kind of thing that is essentially an IOU. It tells you if you go to the Church of Delic, this will accredit you 10,000 gold pieces from his account.
We learned, oh man, the real fucking rewards that were friends we made along the way. Like, Largo's not super excited about accepting money for this, but Like we
You
went.
built my road.
Okay, yeah, I know. All right. I mean, he's not gonna fucking bring it up, but like privately, he's just like, it's not really. Oh, yeah, just part of it. That's okay.
I take
He probably initially goes to give it to actually he gives it to Yanni.
Yeah, probably smart.
That's fair.
Yanni's the one with the briefcase, so that makes
He,
sense.
he might have initially wanted to give it to Largo,
Uh-huh.
but Largo doesn't look like he remembers him, and that gives him pause.
Why would you not say you remember?
Because he now has a full head of purple hair.
Oh yeah,
That
is true. I'm still wearing the hat of disguise, but I decided to let that through.
So you're a baby now.
I look like I'm about 111 years old instead of 153.
Okay.
He's got some wrinkles, but he's not.
A
He went
beard.
from being old to middle aged.
Maybe I'm not using the hat of disguise anymore, but I'm just kind of dressed a little bit less boisterously.
Yeah.
Still very fine, but less boisterously.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, he was like 65, and now he looks like he's maybe 52.
I look exactly like this.
Yeah, you do.
Don't do it.
What's this? Nice.
Uh-huh.
That's your little picture there.
More of a doodle.
Ah, that's smart boy.
Got some tusks.
That's work.
Does it do any? I mean, yeah. Like at this point, like, are we staying there? Are we leaving? Are we going back to Penteros? Like, it seems like there's downtime in our future, but we also need to have some long ass conversations about what we want to do next. Is it worth doing kind of like out of character as players, or?
Yeah, do it. Let's do that. I'll speak for Eric. He wants to check in about funding for the road.
Okay.
With primarily with the Duchess of Penrose. This Thoza thing, he would probably pursue his answers at Marcotte's.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything Garden needs to do is at Penrose.
Is the Duke offering us a lavish homecoming for his wayward offspring and their safe return? Are we being wined and dined at the manor, or is it sort of like
It's more of a he's looking forward to spending time with his lost loved ones. Get the fuck out.
it's reasonable?
Yeah, makes sense.
Seems like
The girls have been gone for several weeks.
we're just some guys.
We're just some guys.
And you also find out that you've been gone for over a week.
In the
Really?
Wow.
How's Otis?
Yeah.
Makes
In
sense.
5 years, that's like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
One of the cleaning staff does remark as Uhtred is walking Otis out of the house. How did you train him to use the bathroom?
Nice. So he's using the fucking hole.
Very smart boy.
You're a dog trainer.
True.
Handle animal.
So but we are currently in Kyla.
Or Kyla.
Yeah. The Count's Manor.
Good job, buddy.
Let's go to like a bar and discuss our next move.
Hell yes.
And he's like, let's go to an establishment. I know that several of us really enjoy that sort of thing, and I think we have a long conversation.
I'm gonna quietly pull you aside and say maybe we shouldn't go to a bar first thing after we get Uhtred's daughter.
His wife with us.
Yeah,
She's back.
She's here.
Oh,
The
because
happy
now, I
family.
mean, no offense. Do you want to see our house in Penteros?
How about a tavern
Yeah.
with some fine establishments for your goodly wife?
Yeah.
You guys just rescued a bunch of children. You now have Uhtred's wife and 6-year-old daughter. And Laura's like, go to a bar.
Well, I mean, it's probably a lot more normal in this reality.
Taverns were a family establishment.
You're feeling
Like-
sprightly.
Yeah.
It's just like let's go polish off a couple good ones and talk about our next plans. But he didn't exactly have the presence of mind to realize there's women and children.
That's okay.
Is it the tin tankard? Is that the Kyla?
No, that's
No.
Senton.
That's Senton.
Yeah.
What do we got
I don't know if
for?
we have a new bar in Kylo.
There are 20.
Yeah, I don't think we ever stopped at one while we were here though. So
My
it's pretty
kind of
early
town.
for us.
I'm down to go to Penteros. We don't exactly have our teleportation guy, but I can send to him and ask if we can pay for the services, or do we just want to like walk?
He said like call me when you need me.
Okay, so I'm down to go to Penteros. Largo,
He said, "Call me baby."
Yeah.
but Largo isn't ready to have a conversation until we're like all settled and sitting around a table.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
So Trevor, as a player, I'm not going to share the desires of Largo.
Let's yeah,
You
yeah,
know the like ale.
we're gonna have ale at our house.
The Cordesius.
Cordesius, thank you.
What's
So I
his name?
send to Dakuda and say like, hey, like we could use a pickup. You might have to run back and forth a couple times. Maybe throw this one in for free for the kind of last hurrah sort of thing. Anyway,
He's just in a shack somewhere internal.
we'll meet you at the
Facing
fountain.
lead on the walls.
Yeah. He says, more than happy to, or 10 gold pieces per person.
Fucking cold. I cast sending again and say that'll be fine. We'll meet you near the fountain. I'll pay the way. How many of them?
Well, I assume you're going to, on your way to the fountain, stop by the Church of Delic and collect
Yeah. Yeah, so you can just put it in
1,000 platinum pieces.
1,000.
It's a lot of
Largo
fun.
still insists on. How many folks do we have? Like 7?
7, I think.
2, 3, 4, 5, 7, yeah.
Yeah.
8 counting Otis.
Yeah, 8.
Okay. So I'm down to 10 gold pieces of personal wealth. You know what? That's okay.
That's right, man. Yeah. Tough being a civil servant.
So we're onward to Penteros.
I think that's the move.
When Dakuda arrives in Kyla,
Yeah.
he takes his ring off and he asks to exchange.
Yep.
He says, as a farewell gift, and he hands you a copper ring.
Okay.
And he says, I know you make use of shadow stuff to
Yes.
mimic other things.
Yes.
If you focus on this with shadow evocation, normally you'd only be able to do 4th level spells and below.
Yeah.
But I've attuned this specifically to the sending spell.
Okay.
So you can shadow evoke a sending spell by focusing on this ring, but you'll only get 20 words, you won't get 25. And you can't get it to other planes.
Okay.
But that's my gift to you. In
Did you?
hopes
I
that
asked him. Did you make this?
I make a lot of things.
That's
I would like my gift now.
So like that gift though has a lower monetary value than the ring he just took, right?
They traded.
but it's very-
They traded rings.
Yeah, I have the 3. They were both +3 protection, right?
But one of them had was a ring of spell knowledge that had a sending spell stored in it.
I see. Okay.
So
You give that to me.
yeah, no, he wanted that back because he can also switch out that spell if he wants to. And what he gave you is more of a focus item.
Mhm.
It doesn't do anything by itself. It allows you to use one of your spells in a different way
Interesting.
than is normally allowed.
Cool.
Also, it means that Largo can contact him for more teleports that he can charge you for.
Yeah. That makes sense.
he
Also, I
was
would probably
investing
take
in his
teleport.
future.
Largo doesn't tell him that next level, I plan on taking teleport.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think his price is sustainable.
In a pinch.
Well, I'm sure you're still going to request his assistance from time to time.
So
Yeah.
he's a very valuable asset to our party.
Yeah, there are a lot.
There's also situations where Largo might not want to spend a 5th level spell
Yeah.
when he can just pay someone else to cast it for him.
And it also took us like 8 sessions to get from Kylo to Penrose.
On the road.
On the road.
On the
The
road,
wagons. It was a hell of a road.
Okay.
Well, so now we're at the Cordessi estate.
I'm really curious about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it yours? Do you want it?
No, I don't want it. I'm just. It's like 7 years old.
I try to get a
Dude,
different one.
Jesus.
Put it in a cup. Is it really pitch black? I want
It tastes like sugar water.
No, it's blue.
It's blue.
Actually, it's purple, but the suds are blue.
Mm. Ooh.
It does look. It looks kind of interesting in a glass.
Twisted my
Glass. Use a glass.
Yeah.
To the left. Keep going. To the left. There you go.
Back to the cooler. Deep freeze. Windshield wiper fluid. The nice stuff. The top shelf.
Yeah, dude. I have one a week. Okay. You're fucking bitching.
I'm not, dude. I'm just commenting on the color.
I know. Just.
Easy.
I guess it's gone flat. I'm not seeing a lot of suds.
Yeah, but
That's all.
Yeah, this is pretty dark. I thought,
Milwaukee.
I thought it was a lighter color than that, but that is pretty dark.
14.
What is that, a Mountain Dew?
Yeah, I have one Mountain Dew a week, and Dan is so kind as to have broken into a special reserve.
It's like a wine cooler.
The silly.
Yeah.
Well, that's my wife's favorite flavor. So I bought like several 12 packs of it. So because I knew it was going to go out of circulation, and then she was like, "Oh, it's been sitting there for like 3 months. I don't want it."
So after
Okay.
7 years, here I come.
It just looks like this.
It is. You want to try it?
No.
It's really good.
I don't think
It
it's-
delivers like a
I think the
lot.
last Mountain Dew I had was Live Wire.
Now, is it orange soda?
Yeah.
There's no live wire in there.
There's an orange one. I love how this is what we're doing on D&D night.
I think that's the like mango tropical something.
It's Baja Punch.
Yeah.
And then below is that one that I got you that you don't like with coconut in it. I kind of dig it. Very blue tasting. Tastes like a
All right, so you're asking for a teleport to Penteros or Tarnal?
Penteros.
Yeah, the Cordessi.
Cordessi estate.
So with 2 castings, what's in the same? Dakuta. Successfully sends you guys to
Very
the Cordessi estate.
like.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
All right. So, I mean, as soon as we get seated around Largo's going to encourage everyone to get seated around the big table and let's discuss some things. I tell Berg to, start around to oatmeal.
Mm-hmm.
Oatmeal shooters for the day.
Can we do a flight?
Yeah, that's an oatmeal flight.
Some cinnamon, some Granny Smith.
No, it's just like 4 tiny bowls of oatmeal with different amounts of salt in it.
Great. Oh, yeah. Okay.
This one's very salty. This one's medium salty. This one's low salt. This one is pink salt.
Okay. Himalayan.
No, pink.
Which
No,
are
Himalaya is in Aljor.
the missus and your daughter sitting around the table with us?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, we gotta figure out their next course of action.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Who wants to start? And might I say, how does Siffy feel about certain things that we're going to talk about? Like we might talk. I take everyone aside, and I'm like, we might talk about some pretty nightmarish stuff, like dragons and stuff. Like, does Siffy want to stay around for this? Is that
Yeah,
appropriate?
you asked like this Nelda.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just kind of everybody except for Siffy, because I assume Siffy's just like.
It's probably bored with it.
Yeah. Well, you tried to do that, and of course, the tiny child comes in, hears you like, when I talk about dragons, she's like, dragons, I'll chop their head off.
Okay, well then.
Yes.
Welcome to the roses are red.
We'll be needing jingle.
Yeah. We'll just take that tentacle. The fist is we still have Dakuta's tentacle.
I think we still have some roots too.
Well,
You took it.
yeah, he did fucking take his goal.
I think I start. Well, we can go out and Usher starts talking about this magical land of Tarnholm. That would be a very good place to set up a camp for my lovely wife and daughter.
A camp.
I checked that there is a growing dwarven community there, and Dan, I told you this is like weeks ago. The extra like 200 gold pieces Mirok had, you wanted to like put towards building more dwarven style homes.
Okay.
I don't know how many homes that was built, or if Mirok could have just done most of that himself.
I mean, like what you could probably do is Mirok could probably, stone wall,
rough,
a rough thing, and then have a stone wall, stone shape, get the basic stuff down, follow an architectural design given by, actual dwarven stone rights who know what they're talking about.
Mhm.
And I would say with 200 gold, hiring them to finish the job, you could probably manufacture about 3 houses that way.
Cool. Okay. So Mirok mentions that there's 3 new units in Tarnholm for dwarves. That your family is welcome to take occupancy in one of them.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. And then also, Bort, with our additions, is anyone living at the bar?
The empty minecart.
Minecart?
That is not your bar.
Well, yeah.
You have invested in it.
And we have
You
a
will
deal.
reap the rewards. You will reap the additional income from it.
We have paying guests stay at
But
the
you
bar.
don't own the bar. You don't control the
We
bar.
can't. You are the
It's not a
bar.
controlling interest.
Mhm.
I was just saying with our renovations, if we had made any room to rest our heads when we come into town.
I mean, we're passing through. I'm sure accommodations could be made, but in terms of a long-term occupancy, that's not what we're.
You guys can easily manage
I'm just waiting on pizza.
you can easily manage like an at cost sort of housing for short term there.
Yeah.
You are partners in the
Definitely.
establishment.
I'll definitely take Mirok up on one of his houses, and whatever I need to do for currency, or let me know.
Mirok in world went to the bathroom.
Whoa.
Largo does at some point want to visit Mark LaFleur, but understands that we're at the
Okay.
table.
We're at the table.
Yeah, we're at the table. He's just thinking about musing.
Gotcha. So something was on your mind, Carlo. You called this meeting.
I did call this meeting.
You called this meeting.
I was waiting until kind of everyone had spoken their truth.
Dan,
What's that?
Dan, would Fuzznelda have any? Does she know what Tarnholm is? I mean, she's better than I am. Is she okay with this?
She says she's willing to take a look. She's she doesn't really know what she's never been to Penteros, so she doesn't know much about this city. She's never been to Tarnholm. She wants to know if there's a good school there.
The finest.
There's a bunch of orphans that you can play with and empathize with.
She can go to an orphanage for old time's sake.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's worth investing in kind of the infrastructure for a place of learning. Largo's down to put some personal wealth towards that.
Maybe a combat school.
Culture, yeah, I'm just kind of making a joke more than anything else.
Yeah.
It's not,
There's not gonna be
sending
a
children to
school
school is not really the common thing. For rich kids, they get tutors.
Maybe we get Siffy a tutor.
We're looking for a dishwasher, I think, at the empty minecart.
How old is Siffy's 5?
6.
All right.
Six,
Yeah.
Well,
What the fuck are we even talking about right
Okay. Right.
this is D&D.
Yeah. This is what it do.
If you want Siffy to pick up a trade, several children in Penteros who have a job.
Nope.
Not that kind of work.
Fuck that guy.
All right. So Largo clears his throat
Uh-huh.
and says, "We are fortunate enough in the town of Penteros, in the city of Penteros, to have a leader who cares about bringing people together, and that leader has fallen under, like some, an assassination attempt, and it certainly wasn't the most, the only assassination attempt that has been foisted upon her. We've also kind of have this unrealized. We just want to know about that damn, blue dragon that might be living underneath the palace. I mean, it's worthwhile staying here, seeing if we can get more information on that, and seeing if we are allowed to go down and explore beneath the castle, and see if we can find some traces of That's it. He wants to stay here and figure out what's going on with the dragon, possible dragon. Protect the city.
Yeah. Our patron, the Duchess,
Mhm.
whose residence we retain by her good grace.
Exactly.
Where we're housed right now, eating this fine oatmeal.
I'm very insulting it.
Uh-huh. That's the Duchess's salt we're eating.
Point of order. Your year of free living in this estate is about to come to an end.
Well,
We've been traveling for a year. That was like 6 months.
we better do something to remind the Duchess that we rule.
Well, there are 6 months in this year, but
Yeah. You know.
And that it's really good for the city that we're here doing our civic duty and protecting her with, the license she enables us.
I mean, I think if we're gonna have a home here, it's
great.
worth making sure that it's a safe place for everyone else too. The home of the Roses Are Red should be the safest city on the Gation Island.
Yeah.
historically speaking.
Yeah.
So I think we work towards that. If you live in Penteros, the Roses live here, so you shouldn't really have to worry about much.
Our reputation precedes us.
Mhm.
Well,
And follows you.
uh-huh. PU, change your socks. Let's talk to the Duchess. It's a great idea.
Yeah. So you want to talk to her, ask for access? You want to do anything before we do that?
I want to speak with Mark.
Okay, cool.
Um,
I want to speak to my Mark.
Yeah, I just want to do like some, like minor housekeeping, but I think as a player, the next major plot point that I would like to see is what's going on under Penteros.
Has
Like, we're hiding
anyone-
Sure you want to seek any revenge?
On the blue dragon?
No, on the shit.
No Theory Empire?
On the assassins?
Yeah.
I mean, Largo harbors great anger towards the Nokiri Empire. Well, not the Empire, but that particular house. But he's decided to try to let that anger go.
You died.
I mean, if you all decide, like, let's go fuck him up, like, he's not exactly going to say no, because he does have that deep inside of him, but he's trying to not pursue it.
Okay.
We gotta keep our home safe.
Because
You also have been requested by several people not to start an international incident.
Totally. I'm just saying, like, deep inside, Largo could be convinced if everyone thinks it's a good idea. It's like, hey, yeah, let's go for a
Let's go talk to the Duchess. And I explained to Fusnelda that the Duchess means nothing to me. She tries to come on to me, and I have nothing to do with her.
Make a bluff check.
And you wink when you say it to your wife. Yeah.
Yeah, or no, she's kind of like, oh, no, I can't hit on me. I'm gonna hit on him.
Hmm.
Fuck with him.
Mm-hmm.
She's a Duchess. It's class act. Have we acquired? Have you guys acquired?
Make a bluff check, Uhtred.
Oh. Can do.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 2 on the dice.
Oh, well, see, that's good.
I think that's a -1.
No bluff.
Yeah, no bluff.
You got those action die.
I mean,
Yeah.
Is that a -1?
No, I don't have a bluff check. Or I don't have any skills in bluff.
Right. Your charisma is 5, right?
Oh. Yeah, my charisma's 5.
Jesus.
your
So
wife,
that is a -1.
she knows who she married. You're you. I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, true.
She was dead.
You say that. And she looks you dead in the eye and she says, I would like to meet this Duchess.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah, this is awesome. Let's go into that.
In time, my honey. In time. She's a very powerful woman.
So we've basically just ended up with like 2 Uhteds.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And what am I, forge slag?
I think that it's
Not in front of the guests.
She can come along.
I mean, is she a member of the Roses Are Red?
No. But if we want her to come along to see the Duchess.
Sure, yeah. I'm ready for her to start coming on to the Duchess. Just taking some big swings. Did any of you acquire? We've recently come into some money. We're gonna build a road with some of it. Did anybody get any cool shit that the witch needs to look at and turn into
We didn't pick one thing up.
instrument of distraction / adventure?
I did not.
Okay.
I mean, well, no, I have the adamantine hammer. I mean, I can let first look at that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, would I gain anything from that? Because I know Brick would just kind of want to make horrifying monstrosities with it.
Blood witch.
Yeah, I leave it with Brick under the express rule that I'm not giving this to him. And then when I come back, he needs to give it back to me no matter what.
Okay.
You know, take a look at it. What do you think? What are the use cases here? Is there anything I'm not seeing?
Could be a thing.
Think, Mark, you want to go housekeeping, Mark will flip? Sure.
Yeah, I, just real quick. How's Mark doing? I roll up to him, presumably during business hours.
He sees you and he says, "Oh, I'll be with you very shortly, sir. Give me just a moment." And then stops and, Largo, you look fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
That would make you personally a little bit happy.
Yeah, it did. I started swinging my legs in this two-car chair.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I am here to purchase
Is that a cream?
a cream. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's magical. There's been some things going on, and I feel better than I felt in a long time. I open up to him completely about how I died. And the way I kind of phrase it with him is that But I want this to sound as little douchey as I possibly can, but I'm still Largo. I'm a changed Largo, but I'm still Largo. So I explained that because I've died, that means now I've been reborn, I need a new look. So I'm looking for something, light, non-boisterous, not regal, but just finely crafted and tailored to my body. And just something that I can wear that is modest but fine.
Very important to learn.
All right. He
That was a separate one.
And I kind of wince a little bit and I say, I'm a little short on the cashish. I have 10 gold that I'm willing to plop down on this. It's no small sum. It's like $1,000, right?
Well, I mean, like 10 gold would get you a standard, full outfit.
Yeah.
Mark Laflette deals in higher end stuff than
Yeah. All right. Well,
I
do have.
He gives you a very apologetic look as far as like.
I do have 40 platinum pieces. I was looking at my gold pieces. I do have 40 platinum pieces.
So 400 gold pieces.
Yeah.
He says, "Let me take your measurements. Let me get to work, and when it is done, you can come and collect it. And at that point, I'll let you know what you owe."
Okay. I thank him.
He's kind of in that realm of like, I will make it, and then I'll tell you how much it is.
Yeah.
And people are usually just fine with paying him whatever he has.
Expected. I say thank you very much. And I look at him again and I say, like, we're on the low key page. And I kind of, display what I'm wearing at this point. And I say, like, I'm going for like a modest chic, mainly just finely crafted because I will be vigorously casting spells in it. And if you could make the sleeves a little long.
Long. Okay.
I'm familiar with your aesthetic.
Cool. Well, like that whole thing with Largo in the beginning, just rolling up the sleeves.
Yeah, maybe like a white, cream and gold basically version that you have.
Yeah. That's what I'm kind of imagining, but like not a lot of gold on it, just like very, like kind of glints in the sun. Yeah. That was very important. And now back to business.
Work?
Let's go see the Duchess.
Okay, cool.
Okay. You request an audience. One is arranged in fairly short order. And you go to see the Duchess.
When are we like arriving at court? Like who is there?
You're actually invited to dinner.
Oh,
Yeah.
Largo's touched. We're inviting Fiznelda, yes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, it's important. I think it's important for the Duchess to know.
It's important for her to see, what her guys day-to-day life is like.
Okay.
Take the missus to work.
So, it's Vicar Escobar, Captain Tallow, Gideon, of course,
The band's back together.
and you are there. It's more of like one of those U-shaped tables with the Duchess sitting at the head in the center of the bottom of the U.
Mm-hmm.
But it's open so like everybody can see each other.
Yeah. Does anyone want to start conversation, or shall Largo?
I will.
Okay.
I will introduce the Duchess. I would like to introduce to you Fuznelda, the brightest of apples in my eye, my wife of my daughter Sippy. She has graced you will be dining with us. That's pretty good.
Saved it. Last second.
Saved it. Stuck the dismount.
And I did say the brightest apple, not the only apple.
Uh-huh.
Lord knows I can't change.
So the Duchess kind of nods to Uhtred and then kind of gives a look to Largo and Mirok, kind of looking for any kind of any sort of subtle message for what the fuck this is about.
I just nod in a way as if to say, with no words, "Yeah, we brought his baby mama back to life. Like, this is a big deal."
Yeah, Mirak just crosses his hands, but in doing so, he kind of does one of these with his ring finger for a minute. And just kind of just looks in the middle distance. Like, this is a significant relationship.
Yeah, my bro's got my back. Okay.
Yep.
She nods her head at Uhtred and looks to Thesnelda and says, "It's a pleasure to have you in my court. Your husband has done great deeds for the city of Penteros and for me."
Oh, shit.
Well, that was our icebreaker.
Mhm.
I clink my glass. Like, I don't know if this is appropriate in the context, but let's get to brass tacks, as they say. I roll a diplomacy check. Diplomacy check, I mean 12 on the die. Fucking Jesus Christ, 39. And I say, a long time ago in a galaxy far away, you might say, we found some disturbing things below the palace. We told you about this. We told you.
She raises her hand and looks at you and looks at Thesnelda and Sippy and looks back at you.
Zippy's there?
No, Thesnelda left her daughter at home.
Okay, I go, maybe the people who have been hanging out with us for the past year should leave the fucking room for a second.
Maybe we can have like polite dinner conversation and then
Like an aperitif.
I'm down for that as well. That's why I asked if anyone wanted
The
to say
vicar
anything.
gets up and he goes over to Thesnelda and says, "The nursery in the castle has not seen children for quite some time. Would you be interested in perhaps going and selecting one of the toys as a gift from the Duchess?"
Nice. Nice. Damn. Okay, smooth it over.
And,
I blush and look at the
and then he like leans over to Thesnelda and is like, "There's matters of state that are not for everyone's ears."
Damn, dude, she's gonna think that you are a fucking boss.
You fucking
there he is. He's the guy. He is Uhtred's son, dude.
Hounds.
Yeah. Thesnelda doesn't seem thrilled about being kicked out, but Siffy heard toys, so
Yeah, free toys? Fuck yeah.
it's that's kind of a done deal.
I apologize for the lack of discretion. Allow me to continue. If I may, I look to the Duchess for her approval. We view ourselves as possessing certain skills that we didn't possess at the time that our minds were controlled by some sort of spirit or apparition below the castle. We would like at this point to further investigate the situation and ensure that as hopefully, if not now, one day, permanent residents of Penteros, we are able to keep this city and its inhabitants, and most importantly, you, safe as possible. We need to know what's going on there, and we would like Gideon to be with us out of a gesture of respect towards all of the boons that he has given us, and also because I'm sure he's mighty curious.
So she looks over to Gideon, and Gideon plays with his goatee for a moment. Well, the curiosity is there, and the offer is tempting. If what you encountered down there is indeed a blue dragon, That blue dragon has not made any aggressive movements towards Penteros in the past year, or for however long it has set up residence beneath the city, and I'm assuming also in the city somewhere. Exploration is one thing, but I am concerned that that dragon might consider it as a antagonizing movement. And while you were all neophytes the first time you stumbled into his realm, you might actually be something that he would consider a threat at this point. And therein might lie some danger for the city itself if you were to poke the sleeping bear.
What do you think we can do to mitigate any future harm that may come to the city and her, her highness, given that there is a significant chance that a blue dragon is among us? Because we can't, I mean, in my mind, with all due respect, I completely understand what you're saying, because if we go down there and all of a sudden this thing wants to rumble, it might take down more than just us on its way, you know, to the surface. Fully understood there, but in my mind, it would be negligent to just let it lie.
Mm-hmm. In a city the size of Penteros, I would expect anywhere from 5 to 7 dragons living here. Some of them would be metallic, some chromatic. There's a rare esoteric type that might exist in places. I do not know who they are, and they do not know me. Most cities live under the oversight of various dragons. And there's an equilibrium that's maintained.
Okay, I mean,
That's not to say that I don't want every single chromatic dragon eradicated from the face of this world. I do. But I take on that quest with an amount of caution and an abundance of research and certitude.
maybe our next step is research. We think we might know its name. Does he know this?
I think we told him, didn't we?
Possibly, probably.
I feel like we did.
Dakuda.
It was like at the Dakota, I feel like.
Mhm.
Yeah, because we asked him if he'd heard that name before.
The Cerulean.
No, that was
was
this one is the Crack on the Squall.
Oh, gotcha.
The Cerulean one was the one we fought near Solomon.
That's right.
And
No, that was a Viridian mist.
oh, Viridian, yeah, Cerulean's blue one.
I think there was a blue dragon you read about in the book.
This one we
Like
know
the
is the Crack on the
Cerulean
Squall,
something,
right?
Mhm.
Which makes sense because the kobolds we encountered were blue and electric.
Do you know of a way to track a dragon?
That's a good question.
There are some methods, but I'm not going to inform anyone in some method that might be a danger to my kind. Unless this blue dragon presents itself as an immediate danger, I'm not going to just share with you the weaknesses of dragons as a whole.
And this comes as no disrespect, but is your kind with us or with them?
Well, that depends on your actions and what paths you take, Mr.
Saving
Hounds.
the city would be one.
I think a little fact-finding mission is in order.
Yeah.
And with the Duchess's permission, we'd like to do a sort of a perfunctory exploration of the caverns beneath the city, just as a, just to go and see. Last time we were unable to fully sort of ascertain due to our limited capacity and the power of the dragon. We weren't able to really understand what we were looking at.
Yeah.
Little age, little experience could be invaluable in securing the safety of Venturis.
Yeah, I think we still do it. Because we're not trying to poke a bear, but we are trying to like understand.
But is Gideon saying that if we go down there, just our simple power and presence might be poking the bear?
How would it know our power? Like, would it not just think of us as the same crew?
Detect magic, arcane sight.
If it's been living in Penteros for the past year,
Yeah.
it knows who you are.
Yeah.
Oh, good point.
I still think we should just go look.
Or another thing, and this is kind of, I don't know, I'm assuming we're kind of breaking down, we're going into breakout groups. But Laura bring up the idea that maybe we like send some map makers or archaeologists down there, knowing that it's like a danger, but like if Gideon's concerned that our presence down there would poke the bear just by the very fact of the presence, then maybe the move is to try to kind of send some people down there on a fact-finding mission for us, and like find some like cartographers to go down there, artists to draw it. Try our best as we can to keep them safe. I could keep up a scrying spell, or we could, like something just to watch them and make sure they're okay. We could enlist Dakuta's help.
Has an official survey of the caverns been made in recent times?
No, when they discovered the access point, they filled it full of stone, and Vicar Escobar stone shaped the entire thing solid. So they made sure that secret entrance into the bottom of the castle was absolutely not.
But we remember where we went in, and I think it would be worthwhile to, see if maybe the court knows a cartographer and cartography crew that can be trusted.
Are we trying to just map out a cave? Because I feel like what we're really going to look for is like any inscriptions, any magical materials, like
a complete survey of the unknown caverns beneath the palace in the city.
I think we could pay for it with utmost detail and finance that they have the best equipment and be able to keep checking up on them and make sure that they're safe. And if the instant they're not, we fucking roll in there.
Does Dakota have his unseen geographer thing yet? He's talking about damn before we stop playing.
Yeah.
Just like sending a little map of all to go through there and map the whole thing.
It's just, I'm concerned, like what I got from Gideon is that if we go rolling down there, the blue dragon might recognize us, recognize our strength, and go for it. Yeah. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
But, this is a good first step to help continue that story.
Saving that level thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not free to go on. That's fine. Eric can go hang out in Marcot's and research more shit. Build more Tarn houses.
Tarn homes.
Tarn homes for the homes.
This isn't a Tarn house, dude.
And I might go see, I've put in a little bit of work at Castigan's and the other magisterium and see if
Big Brave Magic House.
I can do some more trading and see if I can teach a class, but also talk to like the foremost draconic expert. Give him the name, see if he has any stories for us while you're at Marcot's.
I would like to.
An idea to try to map out everything, and including any strange inscriptions, and then swear them to utter secrecy. Maybe Gideon does the spell that Gaius, and just see if that would be a good idea.
Do you want to propose that to the Duchess?
Yeah.
I think we're done with that breakout session.
Yeah. So after our breakout session,
Well,
we return it. Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say I wouldn't even mind even a little sidebar with Bort. I am no fool. I know you have other ways of finding knowledge. Could you maybe get some boots on the ground? I don't like this dragon having the upper hand on us all the time. I would like to know some ways to find them.
So, I mean, it's a dragon that's maintaining its secret identity as a dragon. The kind of street knowledge that I have access to is an order of magnitude below, like, sniffing out the true nature of, like, a great magical being who doesn't want to be found. That's not to say we couldn't try, but I'm not optimistic.
I mean, I think your best angle if you wanted to try to find a blue chromatic dragon would be to find chromatic dragon armor and try to sell it and see if you piss off some chromatic dragons the way we pissed off you.
It's worth a shot.
But that's very expensive.
Yeah, you know, I've been kind of gazuted. If we're gonna spend some more time in Pinterest, I mean, I've kind of been neglecting some of my back channels as we've been prosecuting a war and doing everything.
Yeah.
But if we're gonna spend a little time in our hometown, know these streets, these streets. So maybe, but I wouldn't. That'd be a long play, Uhtred. That wouldn't be like a. In my mind.
So we're asking the Duchess if, you know, it seems like we maybe shouldn't go down there. Is she comfortable with us sending like researchers, like cartographers, just level 1 people to go in, map the cave system out, note any unusual markings or objects or anything like that?
We'd be routinely keeping an eye on them, suggesting a Gaius spell so that they couldn't talk about what they found.
How would they make it past the kobolds?
Kobolds are still there?
You think dragons just stop making them?
I just think I thought we killed them. Maybe every time we kill a dragon, the kobolds freak out. And leave.
You didn't kill that dragon.
Yeah. I mean, we could escort them past.
Gideon says the warrens that the kobolds took residence in, kobolds have returned.
The kobolds have returned. Okay.
Does Dakota have his unseen geographer ability yet?
He hasn't had the funding or the time to actually work it out.
Okay.
He spent most of that week making the focus ring for Largo.
Maybe the move is to fund his research with the promise that one of the first things he'll do is completely map out.
I mean, that is up his character's alley, doing that out dragons.
Yeah. And he has the ability to be like, yeah, and this room was really interesting, and he speaks to Chronic and all that stuff.
Okay, yeah, we can follow up on
So
that.
maybe just fund him.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else I want to talk to the Duchess about this kind of anything. I mean, we asked her, is that okay if we like have one of our foremost experts on draconic knowledge explore the cave? He's an absolute coward that can get himself out of any type of situation.
True.
I think that keeping it down to one individual, doing some exploratory work, not slaying a bunch of this dragon's kobolds in the process, would probably mitigate some of the danger inherent in such an action. But the important thing to know here is to don't try to agitate something until we have a very solid idea of what it's capable of.
Yeah.
Also, I don't believe that Dakota was privy to the knowledge that there is a secret entrance.
I feel like he definitely, I mean, the amount of time Scott was asked what the dragon, I feel like we would have just told him about it.
And if we didn't, we would.
There's also an entrance through the sea somewhere as well.
Well, the entrance from that cave into the castle is gone. But if someone knows about it, someone who could cast Stone Shape a bunch of times, they could open it back up.
That person is actually Escobar, though, because I'm not going to hang out around here and stone shape Dakuda into the wall.
Dakuda can do that himself.
Okay, well, there you go. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm
Well,
saying
let's-
like he doesn't know. He doesn't need to know. This is still a matter of state importance. You fell into it and were held under severe penalty for that information.
Yeah.
We're
That's
not
what-
just spreading it to whoever we want to,
That's why we're asking the Duchess if it's okay. I'm confused where the holdup is.
so long as you maintain the secrecy of that from him. You're just asking him to map out that cavern with no mention of what it could lead to.
Sure. So that means he would have to go in, because if he has that kind of like unseen servant geography tool, he can go in without messing with any of the kobolds and go in that way. We just make sure that he's thorough, and then at some point he'll go up a white spire and be like, "Well, there's stone here," and then we'll know what he's talking about and come back. I mean, if he doesn't, if we don't want him to know, then
They're just saying, this is not your decision to make who gets to know this information.
Yeah.
And at this point, there's no necessary reason to tell Dakuda about it.
that's fine.
Yeah, fine. We'll frame it in a way that's politically expedient.
Yeah.
How's that blue do?
That was from the bottom of the stomach.
Yeah.
In that case, like if we're not, if we're gonna fund his research and rely on him, then Largo's next step, just speaking for Largo, would be to do some research on gnomish families around the time of 153 years ago.
Yeah, I can hold hands and then go skipping to Marcot's.
Okay.
I think
Because I mean, Largo's definitely curious, but this was a main concern of his. But as long as they're remaining in Petros, if she doesn't want us to do anything in particular, maybe we should ask that. Like, is there anything you need doing, lady?
Man.
Because this plane's dying.
Lady.
Molly.
Hey,
lady.
tip of the fedora. Too.
It's Duchess or Your Grace, says Yanni. Lady would be a significant slight of station.
And this is because we're still in the breakout group. So what we're trying is that. But yeah, I go, Your Grace, if there's anything you would have us do, I have personal research that I could see to. My main concern was the existence of this dragon, but I understand the counter argument. So we won't step any further into that realm. Then we've already decided to go. If there's a task you would have us do, that would be wonderful. But if not, we'll stay around. We'll stay around Petros, and I do have some research that I could do.
At this point, I believe your, the Rose's capability of information collection and seeing what's about to come next exceeds my own. From what I've heard from Escobar and Gideon, the town's quiet right now.
Okay. Maybe Bort, you may be interested. I just Largo asked if you might be interested in seeing if your child friends have heard of anything, like any sort of bad business brewing about the city.
It's a conversation for another time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I would, my Duchess, something that you could foresee is I am aware our 1 year lease at our humble estate is coming to a close. For us to make sure we are to protect your fine lands, could we negotiate new terms?
Sure, you can speak with the vicar.
Cool.
He can organize something.
Groove-tastic.
And so just another year. Sounds good. We will let the vicar know.
Love it.
Yeah, at that, Captain Tallow kind of leans forward and opens her mouth, and Duchess just.
Duchess knows his humor by now.
Well,
I think we head out, and on the way out, we catch Vicar Escobar on the way to pick up Uhtred's family and bring up the terms of the lease.
Yeah.
Well, he says, you're serving a purpose in the city. We can make it just a nominal fee say 100 gold for another year of lease.
That sounds good.
Okay. We'll be back at the when it's about to end, which is in like a month.
Let's see. Actually, it might have already ended.
Just don't pay us any.
That means we're in a month to month because you didn't send me a new lease agreement.
Yeah, see.
I mean,
That's what I'm hoping my landlord's cool. We can't exactly like not live anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm looking for
It's fun.
Yeah.
Isn't it so fun?
Yeah, you guys are about a little over 3 weeks past your.
Okay.
Oh damn, Dakota is a Einenbaumer as well. I knew
Yeah.
Uhtred was.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mirak gives him 100 gold pieces, signs a piece of paper, releases them now in Mirak's name.
how do you like that?
So you're playing SimCity.
Mm-hmm. I would like to, we're sort of exiting and talking business with the vicar. I'd like to do a little sidebar with the vicar, if I may.
Sure.
Say some weird ass shit.
I mean, I want to talk business.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to geek him out.
I'm just saying.
He's gonna say some weird shit. Just gonna make a Ying Twin song.
Yeah.
Sure.
Vicar, how are you? Business is good.
Is it?
Well, you've been, our agreement is very satisfactory to me. You've been paid in full and on time for.
Right. I've received nothing for the last 100 or so days because you've been doing no business.
And this is why I come to you, Vicar. Businessman in my position, is looking for perhaps an introduction. You know all the business that goes on in this town, and I'm looking for a new contact, perhaps several. And I was wondering if you would share a likely candidate with me, someone who I might do business with, and you might profit from that business.
Mama Patsy.
I can shake a few trees and see what falls out.
At your leisure. Yeah. Just try to be polite, or just looking like a monster. Just wearing like nice clothes at a nice dinner, but just looking like a total nightmare guy. Just a cold-blooded murderer saying please.
Hair made out of skin, shaped like that.
Yeah.
I see what you did.
Well, thank you.
Don't thank me. There will be a finder's fee.
I would expect no less from a businessman such as yourself. You know where we live.
I do indeed.
What day is it, Dan?
It is
Payday.
I wish.
yeah. Let me double check this.
Rock on. That was as weird as I was maybe thinking it might have
I mean, I'm not.
You know, you've had some weird conversations with that man.
I have.
Where he was like, "Are you telling me that you're about to murder somebody?"
No. Lord, no.
It is it's the last day of Lidenay, 61st.
Dang, so it has been a while.
Finally, I'm more sick. Where there's no.
Oh damn,
birthdays.
Port, you're a year older.
We celebrated that.
We did? Okay.
We came up.
Mhm.
Purple juice.
1 foot in the grave. How old am I? Not old. Yeah.
I think you're 19 now.
Again, 1 foot in the grave.
Oh yeah, your age is 6'6" and your height is 18.
That makes sense.
Now your height's 19.
Just like on my driver's license.
Is Bort the youngest?
Bort is in
Oh.
work.
Astronomically, he's the youngest. Yeah.
Who is?
Ford. By like just sheer numbers, he's the youngest, but like by like maturity level,
It was Dakuda, wasn't it?
it would probably
Well,
be
by
me now.
physical maturity.
I think it'd probably be me at this point.
Yeah, I think you're the youngest physically.
Yeah, and then the oldest, obviously Largo, and then probably Yanni.
How old are you, Mira?
55 or 56 now.
Oh, I'm 53.
I thought you were 40 something.
I thought I was in my 50s. Oh no, I was 45, not 55. Sorry. Yeah, I'm 46.
Yeah.
Right.
And what does
This
it
is
mean?
D&D.
So I just signed my lease.
shop.
When is my birthday?
What day is it? Day?
No, it's not.
So it's, no, it's Lek Day. It's Lek Day 61 Lid.
European.
No, it's Nuck Day. That is the last year's calendar.
There's leap year.
This is horseshit.
This is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, that's 997. You were in 998.
Or 998. Well done.
9999999. Get ready.
What's going on with our friends, the effeminate sex addict bard and his barbarian buddy and the tiefling that we don't know yet? Because it's like the same day in their world, right?
No.
Okay.
They're like almost a month behind you guys right now.
Okay. I don't mean to derail. I'm just excited that it's the same universe.
I go to Marcos.
Yeah, I come with you. Cool. Yeah,
I
let's
got
go to the
nonsense.
cafe.
You guys do your thing though.
We're going to the cafe. I wouldn't get you.
We're going to show Uhtred's wife and daughter our perfectly legal business that we
Yeah.
operate by the grace of the vicar, who we've just had a convivial evening with. But you guys do your thing.
And I tell my wife how I was to kill the owner before, but didn't.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
No bluff.
Because the vicar said, don't do that.
Yeah, no bluff check. Odie.
Maybe see this place here. I was going to kill the last man who owned it.
Well, you really kind of just.
So as he begins to tell this story, and you watch as the Zelda actually seems, sort of wrapped in this.
Yeah.
You like suddenly realize that there's a weird thing that she has for Uhtred,
Yeah.
and now it makes sense.
Yeah, because she can't behave like every other woman he interacts with, where she's like, "What the fuck?" She has to be like, "I'm into that." That's cool.
You almost killed somebody.
Let's make a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Let's make a baby.
yeah, she's into like the jock bad boy.
Yeah.
From the rich camp at the other side of the lake.
Mhm.
You bastard, you dead.
Well, no, she's from the rich camp.
She's a rich.
Okay.
You're some towny punk,
Are we just doing the plot of Heavyweights now?
basically.
Or Grease.
For every single movie that's got a summer camp in it.
Heavyweights.
Heavyweights is the one I want.
It's the outsiders. I'm a greaser. She's a
I'm
show.
bringing Wet Hot American Summer personally.
Yeah.
Fine. Only one of them is good.
Grease.
You know, the tagline to the movie The Outsiders is they were just trying to belong. They murdered somebody. That's more than just trying. I know he was a dick, but still.
They was trying to belong to Roses Are Red.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If it was Rose of the Red, it'd be a little bit more understandable. Not a good tagline.
Go to Markets.
Yeah, let's
Go to Markets.
read The Outsiders.
Okay.
The movie's like a kid.
That's fucking fish. Rumble bucket.
Rumble buddies.
Mira, can you roll D20 for me?
Yeah.
Green
See, so
Pretty good. 17 on the die.
Okay. He hasn't fired for Angelica yet.
Yeah! I said hello because I met her before.
how's she looking?
She seemed shy and reserved. Pretty much that. Half elf woman.
No, don't say. I defer to you. You come here.
Okay, hey, how you doing? If we may, diplomacy check. Ooh, 56. 56 diplomacy. As I say the following, can we speak to Marcotte, please?
Sure.
May we now?
I mean, she does like, sure, and she closes her book and stands up. Like,
Cool.
you don't need to urge her further.
Yeah.
That was an affirmative, and she,
I was just thinking, like, can I? Like you were being a fourth grade teacher.
yeah, no, you rolled a 50 whatever on your diplomacy check. She
56.
understood the nature of what you were in.
She's blushing a little bit because I'm only 111 now.
And after a few moments, Marcotte comes out of the back. Same as always. Slender dwarf, long, straight black hair, wearing his dark goggles, and says, "How can I help you?"
I say I can only speak for myself. You might have a second of your time. Can I trust you with personal information? Do you want to know personal information? In order to find what I might need and, fish your ocean of a brain for knowledge that you may have to aid me, I need to tell you a personal story. Are you ready for that?
I don't know if I can steal myself, but
Will you, though?
I will make my best effort.
Okay. As brief as Largo can be, I go into my entire fucking story, including dates, locations, people that I remember, tribes that I knew of at that time, the fact that the renders are the ones that took us down. I go into my failures and then stop myself and realize he doesn't need to know about that. And then proceed to be like, do you have any ledgers, records, or anything about that particular time in Gnomish culture, history, census? Or just like a book on like general gnomish lineage as well, because I explained to him I grew up as a gnome in non-typical circumstance.
Norm.
Yeah, I said all the time. He's just saying.
Yeah, I'm sorry to go into another Largo waxes poetic moment, but he doesn't need to know.
No. Yeah, and that wasn't a critique. I'm saying.
As soon as we enter, Marcus says hello, and the first thing I say is, I can only speak for myself.
Do you have time to go deep with me? Let me see your palms.
Ooh, sweaty.
Hey.
What were you just doing?
Jim.
I wrote this someplace. Where did I put it?
And if there's time during any of this to say that I think Frangelica's doing a great job and she should be kept around, I do urge that.
I'm sure you slipped it.
I don't necessarily agree. I don't necessarily disagree.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're always been a middle of the road guy. Wouldn't want to see you angry.
Just a cagey motherfucker. What do you want to know about him? I think we asked him one time, like, why he doesn't have like a last name because it's a dwarven shame thing. I'm just like,
We're not going there. It's like, I will listen to your story. I will not. I don't want to, but I will.
American.
Market. Yeah, call you Market. Market.
Mark
You're like a
it,
novel.
my chopper. Damn it. I think Mark caught and Mark was letting out.
The marks.
They probably have like a half elf and a dwarf.
Nor.
Like a super stylish half elf, and then
Yeah.
from what I can only understand, it's like a very greasy
Yeah,
dwarf.
wearing gray.
Yeah.
I you barely wanted to hang out with Dakuta, even post racism.
Okay. Yeah, that's just because he was like nothing to do with being an elf.
He says, perhaps you would be better suited visiting Lustevid, Derath, Miltaprik, and Dendron.
Continue. I can handle it.
Yes, I have trouble.
I
But
thank you,
the-
Sylvan.
And he's basically giving you the full name of the primary gnomish settlement.
Okay.
And this is part of like that is where you arrived as an orphan, and that is where you grew from a very young age to a few years old before, well, your teen years before you were taken to what was it, Timberhill?
Something like that.
And this is the Gnomish settlement that's like to the north and west of Solomon.
Yes.
Okay.
But it is like that is where you arrived. That is where you were, like if there's any genealogy or whatever to the Gnomish settlement is going to know more about
Totally.
Gnomish history and family lineage than this random dwarf with a library in Penteros.
And I wouldn't be surprised if like Largo was like, oh yeah, Lou Stevitt. Like probably like hasn't thought about that fucking place and forgot the name of it.
Yeah.
And just be like, oh yeah, okay, cool. So in his mind, he's like, I came to the right fucking guy. Because he did a little bit of thinking and he was like, this is probably the gnomish village that this gnome would have been dropped off in.
Mm.
And then bam, like Largo probably hadn't heard that name in like 152 years.
Yeah, Lustevid Harath, Miltaprik, and Drenethburn.
I just
I'm gonna
remember,
keep it just Lou Stevitt.
yeah, I remember not putting that name on the map. At that point, Merrick's gonna chime in. He's gonna say, "I'm also looking for something that could possibly wipe my family's shame away. I need any and all information about the Drow and if the fifth house of Thoza has any meaning to you."
Dorfman Pacific.
Stephen Dorff.
I work for Mr. E.H. Harriman of the Dorfman Pacific Railroad.
Fifth house of Thoza. That is information hard to come by.
Okay.
But it is house Inthirnovats. INTHIR.
INTHIR.
Apostrophe.
Apostrophe.
NO.
N-O.
Apostrophe.
Apostrophe.
AVATS.
A-V?
AVATS.
Okay. Inthirnovats. That's the name of the fifth house, though. Yeah. Okay. Is there anywhere you would point me to find more information about them?
I only know the houses because they are the powerful in the city. And they have existed for thousands of years.
What's the name of the city?
Thoza.
The city is the fifth house of Thoza. Okay, makes sense. Okay, got it.
The city is the seat of power for the Drow Empire in this section of the world.
And like, where is it relative to the surface?
It would be As best as I am aware, somewhere. Mostly beneath the Aaronwater Lake,
Okay.
south of Solomon,
Yeah.
north of Cass.
Okay, so it's on the island.
Yeah, like right in between Cass and the island.
That would be probably where, given what information is known, that would be most likely. But their empires covers most of what is beneath the Gation Isle and deep into the subterranean beneath Cass as well.
Cool.
I think that as a player, that might be our next move, is try to find Thosa.
We know a drow.
We know a drow.
Nedru.
Nerdu. That's Nerdu?
Nerdu is settled. Where's Nerdu settled?
It is Nedru.
Nerdu, okay. I didn't know it's Nerdu.
Well, she got a hat of disguise and she wandered away.
Yeah. She's popped in every now and then.
Or at least it's good for you. And that's just good salty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm good here.
I'm good here as well.
Guys.
We're at Townsend's with the missus and the little one. Show them a nice time.
Yes. Look at all we've done.
There's a fucking dragon in there, right?
No,
No,
that's
that's
internal.
Oh my god.
No, in this one you guys have the stone flesh of a Thieves Guild
Yep. It's the
Master
heart
Assassin
stone.
as the flagstone
Mhm.
from the entryway.
This place has family establishment.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not dark at all.
No, it's delightful.
I grab a surround of ales.
Please do. Do we want to? Are you guys coming to Townsend's?
I think I would think that like Marcotte, the discussion with Marcotte's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
But like, would you think that we'd meet him there afterwards? But it'd be quite a long time.
Yeah, probably like an hour or two.
Uhtred's got a good head of steam going. Are you guys gonna? I mean, I don't know.
So you guys are there just drinking and eating
hanging
I
kebabs.
thought you were gonna check in on some of your
We're
contacts.
just, I'm like telling them how we acquired Houndsons and the story of the Stone Thieves Guild member, and just really bragging about us to them.
Yeah, Bort, as you're listening or watching Uhtred spin his yarn and Thusnelda is listening to all of this going on, the barmaids are sort of fawning over Siffy, this tiny, tiny little girl with like hair that's as big as she is.
Mm-hmm.
And the cook, who is a tiefling, very rarely comes out because she's very shy about her race and whatever, but does come out with like some tarts for Siffy and wants to meet her too. And to Siffy's credit, she is absolutely fearless. A red-skinned woman with horns comes up to her and she's just like, "Food!"
Yes.
That's
And in addition to all this, you're also watching like Thusnelda is just pounding the beers. She is like, it's coming together. like for meeting Thusnelda and seeing the way she interacted with Uhtred and being like, how the fuck?
Here we go.
Heavy drinker.
Heavy drinkers.
The only time you've seen anyone drink this heavy is Uhtred.
is Ileana around to converse about how the bar's doing?
Yeah.
Definitely want to check in with her, see if there's been any some scallywags. Anybody coming around trying to start some stuffs?
Yeah, according to tips training, you should document all instant. Yeah.
He's all of our stuff is tips training. Nonsense.
Largo tip training.
Yeah.
She tells you no, so long as your housemate has been coming here regularly after he threw that individual out with his mustache.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty much, no one's really interested in. And also, it's gotten around town that the Roses own this establishment, so it's just we're pretty secure here.
It's basically a Cheddar's now.
Dave and Buster's.
Yeah,
It's board neutrals.
What do they call? What do they call Cheddars? It's a really, really dumb name.
What do they call Cheddar's?
The restaurant.
Oh,
Cheddar's.
like a family set, like.
Yeah, it's like
Italian.
that, except it's really weird. You know how like Culver's is like you get your friggin' sugar steaks or whatever. Home of the something. Cheddar's is like a scratch fire grill. I think it's called scratch fire. What the fuck is that?
I don't know. Oh, dude.
Scratch kitchen,
Scratch kitchen.
So like driving when Jen and I
made
did,
from scratch.
when
I
Jen,
know, but it's weird.
when Jen and I did the road trip.
Yeah.
This like the branding for Cracker Barrel
Yeah.
is America's Guest House.
Is it really that?
Yeah, that's their new branding. America's
Okay.
big billboards. America's Guest House, and so it's like, yes, if you're a guest in America, if you come here from Nagano, Japan, or perhaps Fallujah,
Yeah,
or come to Cracker Barrel, our guest house. Let's show you a good time. Everyone at Cracker Barrel wants to have some nice foreign friends coming to Cracker Barrel to see America. This is our guest house.
Please enter through our gift shop.
I don't think that they.
That's a pretty American kind of guest house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Been to many of them as a kid.
Only 1 week in the United States, huh? You flew here all the way.
Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, correct. Come to the guest house, dude.
Actually,
Well,
green corn.
I mean, it's all lard, butter, fat, and starches.
But it's not even like moist. It's all so dry.
I just like the idea that if you've got a very limited time to spend in America, you're here to, see the sights and what have you, that the welcome wagon is Cracker Barrel. That it's like, where to first? Well, Cracker Barrel, obviously, it's America's Guest House. You're going to want to take a load off and get some biscuits and gravy.
That would have been the kicker. You saw that billboard.
Play some checkers.
Yeah. And it says it.
Japanese.
So that's us. We're Plantarosa's Guest House. I go over the books with Ileana. Bort is taking a very, Bort's not hitting the sauce here. Bort's no hatred. Keeping it, nursing a beer, talking business. How we doing?
Everything's going swimmingly.
Great. Profits.
Consistent.
Awesome. Staff's happy.
I forgot something. Sorry. Go ahead.
Hear that?
Yeah, but, and she leans in and she says, so long as I'm managing things, yes, everything's working just fine.
You're happy?
Yes, I'm quite happy.
Excellent.
Do we still, and Board, I don't know if you had whatever, but is it still, have we acquired any more wait staff or lost any wait staff, or is it still, are we making just the same amount of money?
No, we've hired 3 more wait staff, but we're still staying within the same profit margin.
Okay.
Awesome.
And are you guys receiving like monthly payouts?
I mean, we've made some money, but
It's more of love of the
We're
game.
not
we're making money.
giving any money, I don't think. We've just been acquiring the money.
Ileana is not stealing from
No, it's not stealing from us. We're making money.
Yeah, Largo.
you.
Time over there.
Let's see. Yeah, you guys have been pulling in. Let me just 3 gold per week.
Pretty good.
Profits.
So yeah, probably since the last time you guys paid out, there's probably around 30 gold.
Great.
I mean,
decent for doing nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna split 30 gold right now. We're sitting pretty.
You made considerably more than that when you had the black market working out of the back, but
Well, you know,
Our man's on it.
well, yeah.
It's like moonshiners. They gotta break the law to go straight. It's going straight.
I mean, we have a legitimate business.
Mhm.
Trying to get some more illegitimate business going on, but
Oh, okay, that breaks down.
yeah, you can take this street urchin off the streets of Penrose.
Uh-huh.
Put him in a nice bar.
But
Put him in front of the vicar. Use his nice manners.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna sell some hot dragon scale armor.
While we're sitting
Or
in,
before you wear it in front of another
Don't do
metallic dragon,
Don't
get
worry,
it
yeah.
taken away.
that.
while
Yeah,
we're
we're not
sitting
doing this time. You had another thing you needed to say.
oh, it's just a retcon thing. While we were like having dinner, I think one of the conversations he would have brought up like, "Hey, Duchess, you got my letter about the road. Is there any amount of funds? Like, what number of money would you put towards the road?"
Give me a diplomacy check.
Cool.
He's okay.
Yeah, it's a 26.
Okay.
He's no.
Yeah.
That's what he just said was my bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a three-way conversation between you, the vicar, and the Duchess. After the dinner, when the vicar shows up before Wart pulls him aside,
Mm-hmm.
and it boils down to the Duchess is willing to put some money into it, but the vicar says, in order to recoup that, they want to put a toll in Tarnholm.
No. Fuck toll roads. Nice.
Dang.
I politely declined that offer. I think it would still prioritize the road to Sen over our had toll.
Dang, you're just gonna pay for it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Slate belt, deep pockets.
So yeah, and basically what was being offered with that would be 2,000 gold, and it is the vicar, he is the treasurer, who's basically saying,
Yeah.
To facilitate that, this needs to happen. But once you shut that down, the vicar seems disappointed and gets pulled aside by Bort. Duchess says, I'll have 500 gold sent to the Hordesis.
Oh.
Yeah, that's very nice.
I can appreciate your
doing it for the town.
You're civic minded.
you're a man of principle.
so while we're sitting,
Gold does make
Uh-huh.
the duchy work.
Dan, I'm gonna roll a sense motive here.
Mhm.
It's not good, so don't worry about it. It's very poor. Gold does make the Dutch work. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to say like gold makes the world go round, but think of something better to convey that message. She is telling you that it takes money to run a government.
Oh wait, so she giving me like a
Well, she's like the 500 gold pieces was a token of her esteem for your principled response.
yeah.
But she's also saying, like, as one governing person to another governing person, your principles are only going to get you so far at a certain point.
Oh.
You need money to pay for things, and you need to take it from the people in
Yeah.
taxes.
I totally get that. Merrick just still thinks that that he's going to make more money, or the town and the government itself will make more money by not having a toll and being a better road than the comparable road.
Man of the people. While
They're not
we're
spending
at
all the money on
the
tools and spending it.
I'd like to do a perception check to see while we're at the bar if we hear any, anything going around the town, any, any is there evilness around, or is there somebody there talk, just any up and up in the town.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Okay, that's good. Woo. 31.
Sorry?
31.
31. Okay, you hear a bunch of different stuff. People talking about the new play at the Lavender Auditorium. There's there's some holy days coming up for various different gods and goddesses. People are talking about that. There's a couple of ways out. There's going to be a tournament held at the castle. People are excited about seeing something like that. Most of the rest of the chat is people talking about their day at work, or what they caught when they were out fishing, old hunting stories, that kind of stuff. It seems mostly jovial and happy and positive. You're not hearing any great stories of woe or dread.
Do we know what kind of tournament?
Stoneball?
For you, Dad.
There's probably, it's probably several different, events, jousting, possibly, a melee tournament. The Duchess is fond of martial arts, so there's usually a hand-to-hand tournament.
You should enter.
Well, it's a couple days out. I got to talk with my family.
Look at this guy.
Just accidentally kills all of the people that he's put up against.
Yanni's like, hand-to-hand tournament. You really think you have a chance?
Nobody else does.
Damn.
I mean, Yanni's clearly better, but Uhtred has more hit points.
Oh, yeah. Yanni would probably beat, would. Right?
Yeah, but if you rolled like you rolled last time, you probably win. Jake rolled like 5 ones last session.
Damn.
It was crazy.
He just was rolling terrible.
It was crazy. He rolled a couple 20s too, but it didn't even out.
Yeah. Just the way she goes. Sometimes you have, sometimes you're not. Our bar is too nice. There's not a bunch of sketchy weirdos hanging out here plotting dastardly deeds or spilling their guts about, some shit going down.
No, that was under previous management.
Exactly. We got a nice family establishment. People that can actually pay their bar tabs want to drink here. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
Net profit. Gold in your pocket.
Well, Uhtred's getting an itch. He's about to slam someone's face into a table. Let's go.
Let's go to a dive.
That's Uhtred's hell. Owning a bar, but he can't fight anyone.
Too respectable now. Okay. Are you guys coming to Houses after your meeting?
Yeah, we'll meet up with you.
Okay, meet up with us. Do you want to tell us what you guys were talking about? You're asking about, or is it private?
I fill y'all in.
Yeah.
You guys know my personal story, especially you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you, we might have to go check out a subterranean evil empire of Drow so that my family can not be shamed.
Mine is less on the surface dangerous. It's more of an emotionally dangerous task. Unless we find out about some evil doings involving my mother. So I think, I'm very interested in what Mirak's journey might hold.
Bort was unaware that the House of Slatebelt had shame attached to it. I had no idea.
You're just not a good listener.
I'm not. Bad.
New York races, I don't really have. Like, fuck do you think of in Kylo? But then he tells me, you know, you actually.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
He tells me.
I do.
Is that the case? I wasn't aware.
It's news to me. I had no idea. Seemed like a, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole thing. Whole vibe.
How
You
do
know,
you like
dwarves, create a new community for dwarves.
I just thought you liked doing stuff like that.
You know I do.
Chip on his
I
shoulder.
do.
But yeah, there's a little deeper than that.
Such a chip.
It's on many levels.
Yeah.
See, but,
Yeah, it's a dwarven metaphor. It's a new day for dwarves and orcs.
We need to go underground.
yeah, speaking of dwarves and orcs, do you have any interest in finding your sisters? You feel like you're just going to catch up with them?
You know, here's the thing with Borden's family.
Yeah.
I just don't really, not a big family guy.
Yeah.
What if your sisters are like the nicest people?
Do you think they are?
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe they were in line when we destroyed it.
Or that I had that thought honestly today.
They're alive, but they're expatriated by force.
There weren't that many.
Part of a
There weren't
refugee.
that many half orcs in one.
Or weren't, I guess. Is it confirmed that they're half orcs?
I believe.
I thought it was.
Baby did say that your mother was not the only human woman that your father, struggled held.
Well,
Dan, when's the next full moon?
D&D.
yeah.
I gotta go pay my bookie. It's a lady with a fox tail.
Dude,
That's a beautiful.
that is good.
But that's spending all the money on this.
I mean, Mirak's got the most important projects. Like, if you don't do what she wants you to
I feel like
do,
I could talk to her.
this is gonna take a while.
I'll keep you updated.
No, the fox woman.
I have her name on that somewhere.
Oh yeah, the badger that
He promised her that he would bring her badger back with diamonds. Because he was.
His name is Solora.
Tilora. I want to say Tilora. But that's the translation.
Talura.
And it would be 3 days from now.
Fuck!
Okay, we gotta get back there.
Yeah, we're gonna go. Well, I mean, we were gonna go to Tarnal anyway, right?
Yeah, we were.
It's been
1 week.
no, it's wait, 13. Been about 13 days since you spoke with her.
Okay.
You lost a week in the book, so
How often does a full moon happen for the big moon?
it. I think it's like 29, 28 days, something like that.
Okay.
Happens about twice a month.
I was just saying 28.
So you told her you were gonna resurrect your badger?
Yeah, she cast a spell and made me think we were best friends, and she brought up the fact that when we met her, we killed her badger and made her cry. And I felt guilt and sadness because she was my best friend, and I told her, hey, I'm a little more powerful now. I can bring literally anything back to life.
26 days.
I'm kind of like, no worries.
Yeah. And then she's like, great, do that. And if you fuck up, your ass is grass.
Oh.
So I at least need to talk to her.
Can you bring her badger back to life?
With diamonds.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
2 diamonds.
Well, we have one. I get one more.
We have a diamond?
No, I don't think we do.
No, you
used
use
it,
that to
resurrect
resurrect. Largo.
Largo, yeah. God damn
We
it.
don't have
two.
any diamonds. We need to speak with the king is what we really need to do.
We need to form a back channel for dwarves, because the dwarves aren't stingy about their diamond usage. They don't like centrally manage it the way the king does.
Okay, then yeah, first we update your friend.
Yeah.
Before she comes for us.
What sort of a badger was this?
So
This was
dire
her,
badger.
her dire badger friend. Remember when we first went to Tarnholm and she was guarding the mines with her
yeah.
militia?
Mm-hmm.
We killed her badger and
Yeah.
like
realized.
Grudge Utrid underground.
And then Saruk said, maybe you should look for the silver behind the fireplace. And we never found it.
Yeah. Totally. I do remember.
That was a session I was not here.
Now you see what happens.
I mean, if I was there, I would have part of it.
You've told Saruk, shut up.
Dude, you can't tell him to look at the place where we
Sleep.
put it.
Go to sleep.
Oh. And you like I could see it on Mike's face too, as you were saying. It's like behind the maybe behind the statue.
Little left. There it is.
We worked really hard to hide it there. It was like an hour.
You almost killed a couple people.
Yeah.
And then Uhtred like does a Hail Mary diplomacy check, followed by a Hail Mary natural 20 perception check
Yeah.
to find the secret door in the mayor's office.
Yeah.
He was a dick anyway. We went to go see him, remember? And I committed emotional abuse upon him.
Oh, yeah, what did you do to him?
I told him that I gave him a magic list. I didn't realize what I was doing at the time, but Largo feels bad.
I think it's great. Yeah, I also think it's great.
And then I
Fuck that guy.
sent a sending to him. Apologize.
Hey, so whistle, that's nothing. Yeah, because he like smashed it like right after we left.
Well, he was like, he tried to blow it, which was the saddest part. I told him to blow it when he was sad. It would make him feel better.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
I mean, yeah, fucking, but then you can't do that to somebody.
Jay?
When you said emotional abuse, I thought you were talking about your initial interaction with Count Wen, where you sang obnoxious songs in a 2-hour carriage ride from his estate back to Tarnholm.
That was more just jovial tomfoolery.
Yeah, there was no like.
You made this great argument to get him on your side to come to Tarnholm and see what's going on because something's going down, and then Trevor was drunk enough to think that it was a good idea to just like.
It was great.
We all had that night.
And by the time you got to Tarnholm, he was like,
We were right though.
Oh, we were right.
But then Saruk said maybe look behind the statue of the fireplace.
you tried to frame him for embezzling, and luckily enough, he was embezzling.
Yeah.
You had no idea.
Yeah.
I feel like Count Wayne just wakes up at night certain times and just like, oh god, all of them live in my town. Like, all of these fuckers.
Are you going back to Tarnholm?
Yeah, I got you.
If you're going back, we should all go back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should go see it. I think we should go to Tarnholm, then we should go to your Gnome Town.
I'm down to go to the Gnome Town.
What should I got?
Take it to freaking Flavor Town.
Are we walking to Tarnholm?
Yeah, it's close.
We're taking the road.
Penrose Zenich. I don't know.
I did want to ask,
It's
considering that you are doing some fact finding in what you're doing right now, do you want to use your magic abilities
My sleeping friend.
to,
Yes.
Okay, I mean, we got to come up with we have to work on this together, like us as characters. Because the first time we used it, we
It's
didn't
like-
use it to the
It's like
fullest.
little limericks or whatever.
you get to ask 6 questions.
But then if you like rhyme.
Yeah.
Being right.
Well, I'm just like, maybe figure out the 6 questions, then figure out how to make them rhyme.
Yeah.
And also realize that if some of your questions stage the next questions, you might need more questions when you get an answer that you don't expect.
Well, we've got 4 avenues, right? Yeah, me, you, 4.
We
So-
can each ask Largo sleeping friend.
I think we just ask in groups, like we do the Bork questions, we do Largo questions, we do Yana questions, we do Mira.
Yeah, I can cast it multiple times.
It's like what questions would Bork need to ask about his family if he wants to ask any at all.
I will say, remember that the sleeping friend is basically a sage who has, ranks in all knowledge skills.
Yeah.
If you ask questions that don't have like a foundation or frame of reference, like asking where are Bort's sisters is going to be. You want to ask questions that have a decent frame of reference to perhaps.
Largo sleeping friend, he has like knowledge arcana. And so we need,
He has all
he
knowledge.
has all knowledge skills.
Everyone who is sleeping at the moment that we are asking him questions, he knows everything that they know. He is the sleeping everybody.
Really?
Mhm.
Sleepy little zeitgeist.
So we should probably ask it. Hey,
Well, it's night somewhere.
Yeah.
yeah.
But if we're asking questions about, it's a good point. If we're asking questions about things that are going on in Gation Isles, we should probably ask at nighttime.
Well, we pick up some cannonballs.
It doesn't make it.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I like that Largo thinks it might. Sure.
That's
That's
we can pick up some cannonballs.
Largo did make this spell.
Mhm.
So he doesn't, that doesn't mean he understands how it works. He's a sorcerer now.
Are we trying to Mira? Or are we trying to Largo? What's the move?
I mean, I'd be down to like seriously roll a percentile die and like high is Mirak, low is Largo or something like that. Because I'm intrigued by both those storylines.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
All right, high is Mirak, low is Largo.
Makes sense.
All right, 85. We're going Mirak.
Okay.
Fuck. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I think we have time for both. We're just starting with mine.
Well, I think this one's going to flower.
Well, so I think the question that really come to mind is also I flipped back like through my super early notes and I wrote down the Drow priestess also being from Thoza, but she's from a different house.
Mhm.
It's like Ingrid knows something. I don't know. Just flipping back to my notes, it caught me off guard that I actually wrote down that specific detail. The Drow priestess is from the house.
Ingrid
Yurt. Yeah. So primary question is, how do you get in to this place? What is it? I mean, this. So all I know is this tomb was robbed.
Yeah.
This family is associated with it.
Yeah.
So my next question is like, how do we get in there? What is the nature of this house to the King of Thoza, maybe?
Yeah.
That's really kind of all I got.
Cass is across the narrow sea.
It's so like air and water the river comes out of Cass. It's the something flow, the iron flow.
Yeah.
Like that. And then it flows the air and water, and then the air and water splits into the two rivers, and then the Gation Isles sits above it.
Okay.
So this is like underneath roughly the air and water. That's at least what the capital is.
I mean, we could use some of the meta that I know from Dan and like have a map of Cass and then a map of the Gation Isles and say, is the entrance to Thoza on the Gation Isles? Yes or no? And then after that, we divide the map up into segments, a yes or no segment. And then it could be the map of Cass and the surrounding areas, or the
So
map
this
of
is just
the
zooming
Gation
in.
Isles.
Zooming in. Okay. I'm okay with that approach.
It gives us a general idea. We don't go and make perception checks and knowledge geography and all that. We'd find it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Rhyme time.
Prime time. Is the entrance to Thoza in the Gation Isle?
If
Does
I
it-
went Thoza for a while, is the entrance in Gation Isle?
Mhm.
No, but I prefer to. I think you.
Okay, how about if to Thoza we went for a while, would the entrance be found on the Gation Isle?
That's. I mean,
There you go.
that makes me smile.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
that's question one.
Yeah.
I think we can come up with the rhymes a little because the spell lasts for an hour. I'll look at
I
that.
think it's a minute per level.
Minute per level. That's enough time for Largo to come up with a fucking silly rhyme per question.
Okay.
It's like this.
So top, bottom, right, left. So this is the next series of rhymes is top, bottom, right, left. So
Top, bottom, left, right would make it easier to rhyme.
is it on top or should I stop? Is it on bottom? Something, something. Sodom.
Uh,
Saddam Hussein.
Saddam.
Now, is it up here? And just to be clear, or is it down there? Like my
You know
pubic hair.
Yeah. Whatever.
And then to the left, feeling oh so bereft, or to the right, that pussy be tight. Largo has learned a lot.
I think you got it. So like, just
Okay.
rock and roll it. Have a good
All
time.
right. So if y'all want to be in the room,
seance.
I'm not gonna say anything about pussies. I'm just trying to make
Yeah.
Trevor. We wait until it's like midnight because
Okay.
Largo thinks that that's the way the spell works.
Sure.
And I cast Largo's sleeping friend.
Okay.
Do I see the sleeping friend before me?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the question and then roll a d20 6 times. We have maps.
We have maps.
Yes. Yeah. We have maps, and we also have series like pieces of string, so that I can segment the maps into different pieces.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So first, we have a map of the Gatian Isle, and we have a map of the Cass and the surrounding area.
Well,
And-
you have a map of the Gatian Isle, including Cass and the surrounding area. It's one map.
Okay, then I divide it down the middle.
Okay.
And I go,
Down the middle of the sea.
yeah.
Yeah.
If I were to Thoza go, would I go here and I point to the left side? Or would you say no? And I rolled a 6.
Okay.
Might mean that it's no.
10 plus your
Oh yeah,
level,
10,
right?
yeah. So 10 plus my level plus the roll, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean significant. 29.
Okay. So did you say to the left or no?
Yes.
Uh,
I figured you're not down.
to the left.
To the left. Okay.
Right.
To the left.
Mhm.
All right. Now I divide the left hand of the map, so it's not in Cass, right? That means that it's not in Cass.
Yeah. So how about can we put
Cass
that,
is just barely to the right side.
Okay.
can we put the map there so I can see as well?
Sure.
Yeah. Sorry to move you from your comfort. So you just asked if it's on this half of the map.
Yep.
Okay.
And it is.
And it's
So then I fold the map. I divide it top to bottom, and I say,
here. It's not. Do that.
and top. This is top bottom, and I go, if to Thoza dare I go? Would I go here and point to the top, or say you no? Just gonna keep fucking going.
No. It's Ucht's Cleave. That's where the entrance is. Because that's still on that part of the map.
Okay, so that's what we're kind of thinking. We're talking.
Because there was
right?
that huge,
Okay.
there were the ruins and all that shit.
Okay, so I divide it to the right or
Okay.
left, and I go, if to Thoza boldly go I,
Okay.
would I go here, pointing to the left, or nay?
Nine.
Okay,
Nine.
and then top to bottom. This is question 4. Oh shit! I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be rolling.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Roll because on a 1 he wakes up and the spell ends.
Okay, cool. So it's just not a 1. That was a 13.
But this is how many times did you roll?
That's the third question.
Yeah.
So you roll one.
It's an 18 on the back. Right, so this is going to be the 4th question, and top to bottom.
Okay.
I'm going to say, if to Thoza
Uh-huh.
were I went,
Okay.
Yeah.
and then I point to the top and I go, is this the time better spent?
I like how the teacher gets us.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Wow, it's pretty hit, dude.
That was a 19 on the die.
Okay. That's about 5.5.
I'm gonna have the next
3
question. So we fix this.
quarters. Okay, so that would.
Do I have any more? Yeah.
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 Okay, I roll. I'd say again, this is my last question. I go,
Wait, isn't it 6?
yeah, this is my fifth question.
This is his 5th question.
Okay.
Yeah. Put kind of piece of paper.
Oh, yeah. Top, bottom.
T to B?
Top bottom instead of right left?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm good with that.
If to Thoza dare I go,
Yeah.
I point to the top. And I go, would I be here though?
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Come on, Largo.
And then my next one is the entrance to Thoza, I believe, is hidden somewhere in Uhtred's cleave.
Nice.
And that's a 4.
Took you long enough.
You said that? I say,
Thank you after the second one.
Yeah, but I just wanted to make sure.
Well, I mean, he's sleeping there. You're asking me
Yeah.
rhymes. Mirak's like, it's Utra's sleep. It's Utra's sleep.
I mean,
We're doing a thing, the candles are lit.
Yeah.
We made sleepy time tea.
Largo just every time he just shoots you a look.
it's
I'm doing a thing.
harder questions.
All right. Largo doesn't know exactly how to ask his series of questions.
Who are you interested in?
Where my mother is and how to find her.
You're right. So, I mean, yeah, no one knows explicitly where your mom is.
So how do we?
You could ask about where there's a lot of information about gnomes, like knowledge. You could ask just generally that knowledge, like who is the greatest fucking gnomish caster in Geisha Isles?
Yeah.
Born in the last, I don't know, whatever years.
Yeah.
Like zeroed in on your dad or your mom.
Yeah, I want to go a little bit more broad than that at first.
Sure. Yeah.
Your mom's alive.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to find
I don't know how to make it rhymes.
Glenn, that means we got to go back to Uhtred's cleave. You're welcome to bring the family if you want to show off.
I mean, I'm down to just straight out go to Uhtred's cleave. I'm gonna cast this spell another time to find Largo.
It's kind of a down session. We got time
Yeah.
now.
All right.
And there's tons of other stuff we need to know, like how do we get in? Like, right, you know where to get in, but like we're not fucking Drow. I would like to find Nedru and know how to like infiltrate Drowish society. We're
Yeah.
probably gonna need like hats of disguise for all of us and stuff.
Yeah.
You don't need that. You've got Veil. Don't you?
Right?
That I do I have seeming.
Oh, same thing.
Okay, yeah, I cast it again.
Where we're sleeping friend?
Okay, I'm just gonna wing it.
Do you want? Okay, you want to wing it? I'm gonna do I'm doing a stopwatch
Okay.
to like, you know, you're going to have 6 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
Largo's
6
just
questions.
Largo's feeling on.
Okay, ready?
Bang on.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
If I were to say it's me, would you know of whom I speaketh to thee?
Hmm.
I don't understand what you're asking.
If
That's
I say
a
where's my
known
mom,
person.
does he know who I am?
Yeah, you're asking him like, am I a known quantity
Yeah.
for you?
Yeah.
Uh,
Like, does anyone asleep right now know who Largo Dysentery is?
Largo of the Roses Are Red.
Okay. If I had a mother fair, would I be able to see her hair?
Go on.
Oh, sorry.
Um, I don't know.
You could ask if there is someone who knows the connection between you and your mother.
Yeah. Gotcha. Well, I've only got 6 minutes here. I might blow it, but that's okay.
I feel like a minute. Yeah.
I mean, you can always switch gears and ask other questions.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to try to, but I'm just saying.
In Lustevid, not a mirage. Is there an orphanage?
No. Gnomes are sent out to live with open families, which is basically what happened to you. You were sent to
We know what an open family means? What does that
a
mean?
family open to additional children.
Oh.
Okay.
Norms.
Yeah, no, there's no orphanage in Lustevid.
Okay. Ooh, that's a 20 on the die. Not that it helps me in this way. But do these families, ere I heard, keep a good family record?
Uh-huh. Yeah. The Kramer thing is weird, yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on the child and his documentation.
I got nothing.
Is that 4?
I got nothing. This is a wasted cast for the day. Luckily, we're about to go to bed. I shouldn't have won it. Largo's feeling sorry for himself.
What normally happens when a parent leaves their kid? Maybe you could ask them, where would my mom maybe go after leaving me? Or where do most gnome children come from?
Where do little baby gnomes come from?
Like, yeah, it's like, oh, a mom leaves the gnome baby when she's gonna go off and do X, Y, Z. And it's just like she fucking just leaves them.
Right. Is magical ability scary to gnome moms? Perhaps like a satchel full of bombs. 2 on the
Pretty close.
No, amongst gnomes, children with magical aptitude are considered a prize and a boon.
Nice. I love that he's giving me so many words.
Yeah.
Well, this is not a yes or no
Yeah.
spell.
Which is nice. How many minutes do I have left? 2.
Minute and 15 seconds.
Minute and 15 seconds. Okay, I'm just gonna get time for 1. Is there a place for magical gnome children in Lustevid? Perhaps the color vermilion. Largo says as he kind of half winks.
What did you get on that roll?
That was a 6 on the die. 29.
all matters of community would be handled in the community cognosterium.
Community cognosterium in Miss Devon. All right.
There you go.
Write that down, Scrap.
We're like, oh, that's neat. All right.
At this point, I just go, thank you very much, and dismiss this spell. I think I asked 5 questions. Maybe 6. I don't know.
That was fine.
That's fine. The other one's a gimme. I say rest easy, friend. Yeah, that's fine. Not so bad. Yeah.
Good job.
I didn't know exactly what I wanted to ask, so I figured I may as well just go. What?
You want to quit?
I did want to quit.
You did that.
And then the DM said, I am going to tell you what you want to know. Or at least something that I want to know.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if you went to Lustevid and looked up, records of your adoption and so on and so forth, gnomes are, especially Lustevid is a clockwork community that floats on top of a lake.
That's lovely.
It's horrifying.
It's just a bunch of like, you're gonna hate it.
Probably.
I'm just gonna be like,
Like, what is the zoning here?
It is a type of place where fastidious records are kept over mundane, inconsequential bureaucratic matters.
Yeah.
The adoption of a child would definitely be recorded and preserved.
Groovy.
Let's head over there.
You want to head over there before Uhtred's cleave?
I mean, it's on the way.
Oh, that's true. Okay, cool.
Yeah. If you take the northern route, right? So we'll do Tarnholm, then we'll take the road to Kyla, and then from Kyla we'll basically loop around the North Island to Merrick, and then we'll come down the coast to Uhtred's cleave.
I love how you just know this in your mind.
He's a cartographer.
We'll just catch the 201 off the 4.
Oh, the express will take you right through.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So Tarnholm is a little further out, and then you're gonna go to Kyla, and then Lustevid is actually there.
Yeah.
So you're gonna take some side roads, not the main road to Merrick.
Yeah.
And then you could probably actually find a road that kind of leads.
I'm always down to check out Merrick, though.
Merrick's interesting.
Yeah, it's like the biggest city we haven't been to yet. That's on the island.
I want to take a picture of this map.
Move this.
That looks like a 45-year-old mother checking her Facebook. Just so that your eyebrows are slightly arched, like my friend Vicky just posted something a little bit funny. We're gonna go to Largo's town.
Largentown.
I think we'll drop your lady and your daughter in Tarnholm.
Tarnholm in their new digs. In their Tarn house.
Technically, I'm your landlord now, by the way.
You best be cool.
Oh, I get paid well.
This is D&D.
Solomon.
Yeah, it's like Tarnholm is like kind of here-ish,
Uh-huh.
I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, our road is gonna be way faster.
To the road.
As a group, are we okay with New York taking 4,500 gold pieces from our IOU for the road?
100%.
I think that is our road.
Okay. And then as we go through Tarnholm, America would leave that money with the foreman or whoever's running the actual construction. And their blood is washed my eye. And 1 year from now, when we're all level 20, there'll be a road.
You road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we would.
Dear boys.
Okay, so we've moved through Tarnholm.
Yeah, I don't think we need to like stop.
The wife and the missus are ensconced in the new digs.
Oh, I would talk to Holdra. To Laura. That's the only like actual in-game thing you need to do while you're here. Which I'm fine just rolling a diplomacy check. To basically say, hey, I'm working on it. It's gonna cost me 10,000 gold pieces. But I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah. Sounds reasonable. I just touched base with Red.
Is this the one you drew when you were a child?
But it's like probably 20 years old. I was an adult 20 years ago. That's horrific.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what we did.
Yeah.
We blow through Tarnholm,
Mm-hmm.
check in with Solura, hit up Kyla, crash my parents' place, no big deal. And then we just fucking keep on trucking.
Yeah.
Remember what you said about the win?
This isn't when.
I know, I
This
fucking
is
love
now.
it. Keep going.
Uh-huh. When, dude? Nah, dude.
Right now.
Where? Right here, dude.
Who?
Us.
Who am I?
On a wagon that just looks like a canvas covered like VW bus.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, dude.
Uh-huh.
Trucking like a good idea.
I'm coughing back there, Bort.
You know what I can definitely say? That Ross likes the Grateful Dead more than he likes the Mountain Goats.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's agree with that.
Well, the mountain then.
Every now and then, that's
I
nice.
like them.
That's nice every now and then.
Oh, they're fucking wonderful.
I mean, I have to be honest. I can't just be like, oh, turn on the dead.
Yeah.
No.
That's what we'll do on the way home. No, we're listening to Arcus.
Listening to the Harry Potter audiobook and finish.
Read by Leonard Nimoy.
And finish.
Yeah.
Just listening.
Uh-huh.
Just that smooch.
Okay, so you roll the thing to square it with.
Hey.
Better.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna add an action time because that is a good number. I like that number 20. Dan, I have a 39 diplomacy
Okay.
to meet with the Holdra at the little pond
Okay.
on the, I believe it. Yeah, meet with her at the little pond by the full moon and tell her basically I am working on it. I might have overpromised due to the nature of your spell, but I am fully committed to my promise. It just might take some time to acquire diamonds. They're heavily regulated.
It is known.
She says, I understand that you might not have been entire well. Thing is, I understand that it is not your genuine intention to offer such a thing.
Mm-hmm.
However, the spell only made you a close dear friend of mine. It was your genuine nature that made that offer.
Yeah, I would do that with a friend.
Yeah.
If Margaret was like my best.
You're the
guy,
healer.
I would be like, I will do anything.
You
that
heal
happens.
shit.
What's your point with that statement? I guess.
Oh, she just wanted to make sure that, she was there was a slight bit of offense at the idea that you were coerced.
Oh,
and
yeah,
she
yeah,
was
yeah.
saying,
Totally.
I didn't, I only made you think positively of me.
Yes.
You made that offer entirely on your own.
Yes, that's right.
Oh,
But she seems cool with it. She's like, yeah, totally.
oh, she knows that what you're offering is basically a miracle. She does not expect them to come something like that to happen.
Does she still expect me to visit her every 26 days?
Yeah.
I asked if I could have a proxy in my stead. And I mentioned Blood, who was an incredibly talented former barrow keeper's apprentice.
She says that would be fine.
I can send her sending spells when it's time.
Okay, cool. I mentioned that to Blood. I'm like, hey, you're hanging out with a cool Holdra lady. And ship her 5,000 gold pieces and safely build a road.
Okay. Or
She's
make a fortitude save.
A Bortitude save?
She loves.
12.
I'm not
Okay, where are you during all of this?
I went to the Holger's place. The only person I would go with would be Yanni. I wouldn't
I'm at
go
the
with
empty minecart.
Okay.
I'm talking to Red. I didn't go out to the.
Oh fuck! You got bit by a werebear. It's a full moon. God damn it!
Oh damn! When did I get bit by a werebear?
Food trade.
Next to you.
During the bell fight.
He turns into a werebear.
Oh shit!
At the
Yes!
Fucking stoked.
I'm with you.
Make a will save.
I'm a werebear.
You
Yeah,
got
you
bit.
did
No
get
idea.
You
bit.
got
Yeah.
bit by a werebear and you
Yeah.
failed the save
You were here
versus
that
the
session. You got bit.
lycanthropy curse.
I fucked up. I rolled a low.
We'll say 23.
Okay. You're still Bort in your head.
Wow.
So I look like a
That's
werebear, but I'm bored.
The empty minecart has cleared the fuck out.
Does a werebear have a vocal? Can it talk?
Yes.
Okay. I look around and I say, "Where'd everybody go?"
I'm the
Pending bar.
You're like
Yeah.
you're like a foot and a half taller.
Uh-huh.
Red has shot out the back. He's gone.
I'm sitting. I'm like, you look a lot different.
So I look like a bear.
Yeah.
This is great.
You're like,
That's a form. I'm like, yeah.
you're like homie.
Uh-huh.
What was his name?
Old,
The druid. Gilva.
Gilva.
You're
I'm
Gilva.
back, I'm back to my old Gilva bits.
I ate a man's head.
Mm-hmm. It's a mage. It's a magus.
Yeah.
So I assume I get some like cool stats with this, some like strength shit and some wild.
You gain your armor class goes up by 2.
Cool.
You get DR5 versus silver.
Okay, cool.
And you can now attack with your claws or your teeth.
Okay. Oh yeah, like some Gilva shit.
Um,
That was my grapple.
your charisma goes down by 2.
Uh-huh.
Your wisdom goes up by 2, and your strength and constitution go up by 2.
I like that I asked Dan when are the full moons, so I wouldn't forget them.
And then
I got
it's
this
just
fucking
here.
egg timer right here.
Uh-huh. Every
Second
full
turn
moon.
of a bear, I'm like, oh, I gotta go.
I'll be like, I'll stand up to 11.
Cool. So Uhtred and I were in the minecart drinking. I look over to Uhtred and I say, "Hey, you want to wrestle?"
Uhtred is ecstatic.
Uh-huh.
How are you gonna explain this to Red? He's supposed to be like your business partner.
No,
I mean,
we're not hiding.
however scary board is, this is not like a huge leap.
Right.
Yeah, I get bit by a bear.
Most people are absolutely terrified by the prospect of someone turning into a half beast in front of them. Like lycanthropy is a
curse.
horror story, and Bort made his will save.
Yeah, if he hadn't, he would have just started slaughtering people. I love that you guys all live in my town. This is great.
So Uhtred and I go outside and just tussling and wrestling under a full moon. I assume he's kind of drunk, just sort of horsing around. Just general horseplay in the city streets.
General horse
I'm
play.
just standing in the entrance being like, okay, okay.
Uhtred keeps trying to shove his hand inside your mouth.
That'd be funny. But dude,
I'm just like, okay.
Just horsing around, just bearing around. It's great.
I don't know if at any point Merrick would show up based on these whole conversations.
Well, I mean, it's a few hours of a hike from
Yeah.
way down.
So I'm just gone all night.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here we go. Look forward to your report the next morning.
At least it's still Bort.
Werebear. Yeah.
At least this werebear is a murderous friend and not just a murderer.
A total psycho. Great. That's fun.
That's cool.
Do you want to keep it?
What?
Is your werebear ability? Because
Yeah.
if you fail your roll, though, start fucking killing people.
Okay.
We can address them if need be.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah.
VR can remove it anytime you want.
Okay, I'm a werebear. My half-orc werebear. Sweet, yeah. We're doing our thing. We're having fun. Just
All right.
browsing and carrying on.
All right. So in the morning, when you turn back to normal, you are significantly hairier than you were prior to the lycanthropy completely taking effect. Your tusks and your canines are larger by like maybe half a centimeter. And there's just overall, you just look more bestial in general. The +2 strength and constitution are only when you change shape. The +2 wisdom and -2 charisma are always.
+2
wisdom, -2 charisma.
So now, since I've transformed, and now my stats are inexorably altered. And I am less...
In any form you happen to exist in,
Uh-huh.
your wisdom goes up by 2 and your charisma goes down by 2.
So just...
When you turn into werebear form, your strength and your constitution go up by 2.
Okay.
I think
So
it's a
now
risk that we gotta take.
my wisdom,
I don't lean towards no, but it's
my ability score has changed.
And that means he gets an extra point in his will save. Just saying.
Gotcha.
This is what action dice are for board from now on.
Yeah.
Sweet.
that's a good one.
Okay. Will
Because
save.
if he's a fucking werebear, then, he'll be able to fight as one.
Sneak
And
attack
then my
is a
charisma.
word.
Man, and his armor goes up a little bit. His he's got damage reduction versus silver, so those are handy.
Because he's got like no hit points.
That's true.
Well, his constitution goes up by 1 when he's in.
Can he change it will or is it just moves?
That's something he's gonna have to figure out.
See, I
You got time on the road, man.
Because we can always just be like, okay, this is a bad idea,
Great. I'm hairy. I'm tusky.
Yeah. It's an interesting development for you.
Yeah, this is great.
But
wiser
that's back up on me.
and shittier.
Not as good at talking, which makes sense.
Okay. He just went through second puberty.
Yeah. Great. All about it. Ursiform.
That's pretty cool.
Can't wait.
You know the word bear is not actually the name of the animal.
Arctus.
Yeah, it's like a thing.
It means the brown one.
Yeah, it means brown, and like in a lot of languages, they refer to bears. The name of a bear is like a way to describe a bear, but it is not the name of a bear. And like linguists for a long time, were like, why the fuck did this happen? Because in Greek it is Arctus, and like that's just the name of a bear. And they found out that like basically like one of these groups of people that immigrated into Europe from the steppe, they had this cultural custom of like if you name something, you will bring it into existence. So they would never call a bear by the name bear, and they call it the brown one, he who licks honey. These various things.
So they wouldn't summon it
Mhm.
by saying.
So like we call bears bears because a bajillion years ago, these people were superstitious and like you can't call it.
So that's like Oso as well.
Also, I don't know about Spanish, but I would assume it's the same thing. 'Cause it's like pretty much every European language except for Greek. And the way they figured this out is there's like some like very isolated people in like the northern part of Ukraine that still practice that like, oh, we don't name wolves, oh, we don't name like ravens and things like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. Blew my mind.
So what is the bear called?
Well, in Greek it's
if-
Arctus.
Yeah. Well, Ursa. Well, no, that's Latin, right?
Yeah, Ursus Latin.
Yeah, I think that's Latin.
It's also interesting to start thinking of, like all the places and things that are named after bears, like Berlin.
Mhm.
The
Bearland.
town.
Browntown.
Hey, woo! Town.
Next stop, Browntown.
Yeah. Well, bear comes from Beorn.
Which is brown. Yeah.
And cool.
Yep.
Can't do
The
it.
Bjornlings.
Just get to bared up.
Bear it up. Bear down.
Okay, so when I
Bear down, honey.
it's I get a strength.
You get +2 strength and +2 constitution.
Sweet.
So
What
that would
feature you get on that?
See no negatives here.
That'd be intense score.
I mean, I see many, but okay.
Yeah.
You just dump your action die as soon as you like.
Well,
say
so what you might want to do is I can print you out like same thing that Uhtred and Yanni have is they have a separate sheet for when they rage. So you can have a separate sheet for when you're aware of
Because I won't be able to
that will
use it.
have different,
Yeah.
some different.
Because it'll be natural attacks. Will I be able to wield a rapier?
Yeah, you'd have some trouble with that.
Uh-huh.
If he fails the will save, it doesn't
Well,
necessarily.
I mean, the thing is, like, when you turn into a werebear, now your rapier is a toothpick.
Yeah,
You know,
I
it's
grow.
not-
Okay. Sweet.
And there's no guarantee that if you fail the will save in the middle of combat, we can still like artfully act around you in a way that might make you still attack.
I mean, yeah, you just illusion. Like you're in a pack of werewolves.
Yeah. And they're all attacking that guy.
Yeah.
All right.
But chances are it's never going to happen in combat.
That's why I think it's a negative.
But if it does, it's immediately like, well, let's go do the thing we were planning on doing tomorrow, right now.
I just see Yara making like a stone house every 26 days. All right, get in that board. And she's like slamming it shut. Good morning.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this is assuming I can't control it at all. But if there's some element of like,
Good.
Well, it's the pariah situation. Like the next day in Tarnholm,
Oh yeah,
what's the vibe?
Like, well, everyone saw Bort turn into a monster,
Yeah.
and they didn't stick around to see that he was still friendly afterwards.
Uh-huh.
There are a couple people who like carefully peered out of their windows and saw him attacking Uhtred in the street.
I mean, we were just carousing and rough.
Yeah, you're not gonna see that.
Honestly, I can't see 7.5 foot tall Bort wrestling with barbarian Uhtred not looking like a real fight.
Yeah.
I mean, but we're drinking and laughing and
It's
boozing.
time to get the whole town together and have Largo roll a little.
I'm also thinking like, yeah, drinking and laughing, but Bort in werebear form laughing.
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound much different than Uhtred laughing.
Yeah, even if Uhtred was fighting for his life, he would still be basically the same. Just be like booze and
Yeah.
party time.
I would like to get the whole town together and tell them a story.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hold on. So no, I think the natural order of events here is I wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens next?
Yep, that's me. You're probably asking yourself, what's he doing here?
How did I get here? Do you tell Mirak what happened?
Yeah.
So Mirak's going to be like, well, we should fix that.
There.
So
There.
we're going to take this away from Bort.
Well, Fort had some permanent effects that are pretty good. He seems to be more street smart and savvy. Have you talked to him since this happened?
No.
You better go talk to him. See if he wants to. This could. Okay, so here's the thing. Fort has, and I lean in, start talking really fast. Fort has tendencies that are, dare we say, evil. We've been not really talking about it, but here's the thing. If there's a manifestation of his evil side that gives him a chance to compartmentalize it, it might help him be a better and functioning member of not only society, but also our party moving forward. I think you should talk to him. See what he has to say. I don't want him to do anything that he doesn't want. He does seem rather excited about the prospect. Uhtred's just over the moon.
Okay. I take all that into account. Are you still wearing behind this, guys?
Do I have my? No, I don't have my robes from Markle Flats. Yes, I am wearing it. Yeah, I don't yet have my new regalia.
Would it be a sleight of hand to snatch that off your head?
I think you would just try to CMB my CMD,
Okay.
which is a little bit better, but you rolled higher than it on that.
Okay, yeah. It's 22.
Yeah.
I take your hat.
Mine's a 12.
Okay, I take it and put it on my arm.
Uh-huh.
I say, I will translate it.
Okay.
And I walk out. And
It
I
might be
place
better served.
And
I do have like white.
I asked, how's it going?
Awesome.
I heard. So you turn into a wolf in the middle of the bar.
Bear.
Bear, my bad.
I know.
Our bad.
I also like the idea, like with Mirok's bad eyesight, he's coming up on board. Like, okay, but like he gets 5 feet away and like, oh god.
Stuff's happening. Okay. You scare a lot of people. You want to keep scaring people?
I mean,
It's your call. I'm gonna tell you what to do.
it's kind of what I always do.
Do you want to keep doing it?
Turn it into a bear.
Uh-huh.
Had a great time. I see no negatives. I felt like myself. Uhtred and I had a good wrestle.
Uh-huh.
I got this cool new hairdo. I got these pointy ass fangs.
I noticed, yeah, I noticed.
And I mean, yeah, like I felt totally like myself. I didn't feel at all.
Yeah, this is a miracle. He's like,
I just
stay here. Just don't leave the house.
Oh,
Till I come back? Very cool. I go talk to Red just because I feel like I'm gonna get a pulse of the town from Red. And I like talk to Red. Like, so I heard there was an incident where Bort turned into a giant bear man in your bar. You want to let me know what happened?
That's what you call an incident.
You see some shit on the road, Red. I'm fucking level 13.
Been around
Yeah.
the block.
I'm trying to ascertain, like,
He's still
is this
not
guy welcome in the town? Like, you know.
So I'll say you have a little bit of back and forth with Fred. And there's a sense of there's been rumors about your company and that they are, you know, capable of strange and unusual and in some, you know, from some people horrific abilities. You know, manifested usually in the fact that you just grow buildings out of the ground. You know, they have seen, you know, they've seen the group of you vanish into thin air.
Yeah.
And then reappear, you know.
Yeah. We do weird shit.
Yeah. So there is some, you know, there's some superstition, there's some, you know, curiosity, there's some fear about the roses in general. And then, you know, seeing someone turn into a giant man beast in the middle of a bar on a full moon, you know, and you have to agree, like the instinct to evacuate the bar and run like hell was probably a safe assumption. And luckily, Bort made his will save and did not slaughter half of town. So, you know, like, you know, Red is mostly telling you,
we're cool.
We're you know, like without you know, trying to maintain some amount of machismo, saying I'm scared as fuck, please tell me that this is not going to kill us all.
Okay. I acknowledge that.
Yeah, except he wants to hear it from the mayor.
Yeah. It's not great, but it still will probably be okay for Red. 23 diplomacy. I'll do another action die because this is a situation where I want an action die. That's dog shit. 24 total. Diplomacy, I tell him it absolutely will not happen again. And he has my word on that.
I mean, don't tell him that.
It's not gonna happen. And I let him know that. I do ask, is Bort still? Bort is still part of this business. Bort is still going to be around the town. But I can assure you that Bort will never turn into a werebear in Tarnholm ever again.
Whoa.
Like I just want to make sure Bort. I'm not trying to like kick her out of the town.
Reasonable.
I want to make
You're
sure
telling her. Okay.
Bort can still like pursue his business objectives. So do I get that sense? I was like, no, this guy's a fucking pariah. No one wants to see him ever again.
You know, you can tell that he has some reservations, but you're also, I mean, and part of this is just your own intuition, just your own understanding. Like, these are simple people.
Yeah.
You all deal with the supernatural shit and exceptionally powerful magics and whatever as a daily routine.
Mm-hmm.
These people being exposed to stuff like that, especially something negative,
Yeah.
like a lycanthrope changing form in the middle of the bar, is there's some people might be able to accept it with the primer that you guys are exceptionally powerful, individuals that have access to crazy powers, but there's going to be some people who are going to turn around and run if they see Bort on the street, not just turn around and walk away.
Yeah, totally. Okay, cool. With that sense, I grab Largo, I go back to Bort, where Bort's staying, and I say, all right, so here's the deal. I'm not going to tell Bort what to do. If he wants to be a werebear, that's fine. I think you think it's a good idea, he thinks it's a good idea. That's fine.
It's fine.
Bort cannot be in Tarnal on a full moon day. Cannot. Period. Full stop. I hand you back your hat of disguise, and I say, I can't do this, but if you wanted to make people more comfortable with him here, you're welcome to do your illusion magic or whatever you want to do to make Bort more palatable to the community. But my only rule, Bort cannot be here on a full moon.
I hand Bort the hat of disguise.
I mean, I also do want to it's a curse.
Yeah, I know.
It's not a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you guys as players are like, fuck yeah, it's a werebear, yeah, curse. But no, it's a curse.
Yeah. I'm
Or a good curse.
sort of it.
But psychologically, Largo thinks it could be positive.
You think it's
It's a learning
It's a
experience.
tool for him to grow. Sure. I hear that. That's fine. Just not internal.
Yeah.
And if you want to do an illusion or whatever,
I'm just giving him the.
Bort's
I'm just
fucking,
giving him
he's
the
fine
hat.
now. Yeah, but I mean, don't do anything.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, that's what Merrick does. And I do let you know, you freaks people out. I talked to Red. Your business stake is still good, but you might want to go through Uhtred now more so because Red's pretty fucking afraid of you.
Well, I mean,
You get it.
I get it. Yeah. Pretty cool though. Bear.
Merrick's not there yet.
He's not there.
No.
Mr. Mayor.
I mean, and Uhtred or Bort, you probably realize that if you are seen in the bar from now on, your bar is going to make less money.
That. Gotcha.
Oh yeah, there's people who are not going to want to be within 100 feet of you.
You're a curse.
They're just
Cowards.
I think
The curse.
the only way we would be able to make you palatable to Tarn was if we are publicly removed your curse. Well, it's like some kind of Baptist shit.
Uh-huh.
You don't want to do that.
Public display for another day.
Yeah, totally. We're heading on. We're hitting the road.
If you want to look like normal Bort or whatever, you have a hat of disguise now.
Oh.
That is yours.
Oh.
You can keep it.
Yeah,
I'm getting my stuff from Mark. I mean, it's not in yet, but I'm still wearing modest clothing right now. Well, I'm wearing my wizard's robes.
I mean, and there would be something to be said for not showing up in Penteros looking bear Bort.
Yeah.
Not just because you look different, even in your normal
Gotcha.
It's more than just a
Yeah.
swarthiness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're
Yeah. Feral bear, half orc guy.
yeah. Your hair used to be like stringy and straight, and now it's more kinky and bushy. Your goatee is kind of a full beard at this point. You can do some stuff, but your appearance is strikingly different than what it used to be.
I put the hat of disguise on and use none of its abilities. Uh-huh.
Cool.
We're heading
So
on
yeah, just in case you need to.
Yeah. Totally.
Okay.
Great. This was a productive trip to Tarnal.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
We're just gonna cruise through instant.
Uh-huh.
I thought about that 2 or 3 days ago.
You even said it in this session, when's the full moon?
Mm-hmm. But
But you
I
weren't
not.
connecting it to
Yeah.
that? Okay.
That's why when Dan said,
I was like, oh,
Yeah, something else is gonna happen on the full moon too.
Yeah, because you rolled like a will save like right after that fight. I wasn't sure
Yeah.
if that was like, oh.
Yeah, well, you rolled a fortitude save and you rolled terrible.
Oh, it was a 4.
No,
Yeah.
Trevor rolled terribly.
And I was thinking, I mean, if we did want to get it, like Largo doesn't want to lie to anybody or like fake remove the curse or anything like that. But if we did want to hold a town meeting, maybe you and I together could explain what happened.
I'm not gonna do that. No.
That seems like a lot.
Listen, guys. So Uhtred was a bad dad.
So we, and then everyone's just
So
like,
he ended up getting stuck inside a fairy tale book. And the Tale of Beauty and the Beasts. Well, anyway.
This is Miracosta to just be a town.
Yeah.
But if we did that, it wouldn't be a town. It would be a place where we can validate our behavior and choices as a party. Which I'm saying they're bad. It's just saying it's like we're now like roping in 100 people.
Yeah. What happens in Tarnholm stays in Tarnholm.
Yeah. No, if we fuck up in Tarn America, we'll just be like,
We're moving.
That could have gone horribly.
Yeah, no, if there was a massacre, Mirak would have had, it would have been like, I'm just through this curse to go. Like, probably left town.
Well, we dropped out.
And we had all those action hacks. So it would
Yeah.
have.
well, we can still remove the curse.
Well,
It's a tool for Bort to get better.
Totally.
Jekyll and
It's a
Hyde.
risky tool, but we're moving far away from the place that I give a shit about.
Let's go to the gnome village.
How long will it take us to get there? 25 days?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. How are you traveling?
You gotta go, we're on the road.
We're on the road again.
On the red.
Yeah,
I think we should keep a tally. Like, we're going to pay a lot of attention to when there's going to be a full moon. Like, looking at the
What
sky
is the
every
lunar
night.
cycle? 25
26 days.
26 days.
Okay.
So just all eyes on the moon when it gets to about 22 days. And then other than that, business as usual.
Let's hit the road.
Road again.
Mm-hmm. We're headed east. West.
West, yeah.
West.
Yes, west.
Yeah.
Okay.
West. Not east.
We also just got a time check. We're at 9:45. So I don't know if we want to like call it at a certain like marker.
Yeah. I would say, given what you know, probably going to be about 12 days to get to the gnome town.
Next board name.
Yeah, the board meeting.
After starts, we start
no,
sweating with things, we'll remove.
14 and 2 weeks after that
Yeah.
is the board name.
14 days, dude.
12 days travel to 7. Okay. Cool. Got it.
Okay. I mean, if there is any other bookkeeping, housekeeping,
If I heard
questions,
anything from,
queries.
I guess, when did Mark say things would be ready?
Well, the thing is, you're in Tarnal.
Yeah.
So how do you expect to get
I can send him a
a
sending.
notice? Okay.
I send him a sending. I go, hey, I hope this isn't weird. I know I'm kind of in your head, but it's Largo. How's the finery?
He says it is finished.
Largo has a moral dilemma.
My mother, but the fucking drip dog.
He goes,
You are in Tarnholm, and so is Dakuda.
yeah. So I pay Dakuda.
That guy's a hatchet job.
I say, how much Dakuda for 2 castings? 10 gold.
10 gold each way.
All right, that's fine. I still have the 45 pieces. I definitely say like, well, that's what I can do it. Let's go.
All right.
Mirak, my only housekeeping is also has Mirak heard anything back from Cass? He's been like sending letters and stuff, but we don't have to do that now. You can text me.
So, I mean, it's exactly what Largo wanted.
He always knows.
Mark
Um,
fucking butt, dude.
And he is requesting 35 gold.
35 gold.
That's a steal.
Easy.
For an MFF?
Fucking easy. Woo!
I see that shit on Antique Roadshow.
Yeah. I give it to him, and I'm just like, Mark, I love it. I'm like, all right, Cthulhu, let's go.
Wow. We all learn something.
Like as he's talking to you, he says, Dakuta says, if you finance it, I can create teleportation circles in Tarnholm and Penteros, and you can just facilitate the travel on your own.
Absolutely. And you mentioned it, and we're going to be funding, I think, a lot of your research according to some of the discussions that we've had.
Yeah, over the topic.
Largo, can we get a breakdown of your new outfit? Like what is it?
Yeah.
Uhtred really wants to know, what is Largo wearing this season?
Well,
Yeah.
When we first started playing this game, Trevor described his outfit in so much detail. Like
Yeah.
purple robe,
Yeah.
gold fringe, stars,
True.
Yeah.
a dark green vest underneath. It's fucking still remember it.
So now, Largo is wearing like
Younger man.
Youngo.
he's a little bit, he's wearing like linen pants that kind of like come up a little bit past the ankle with like handmade ox leather sandals.
You have your slippers of diminution.
Oh yeah, totally those. And then comes up into like a tunic that's split on the sides, but
Ooh.
then he's got like a gold rope belt that's not too gaudy, but it still looks like a rope, but it's kind of got a shimmer to it. And then it's kind of open. The tunic's kind of open right here, and it's fringed with like gold kind of filigree in like leaf shapes, but again very subtle, like just catches a sparkle, but it looks plain, until he kind of starts twirling around, and you're like, oh, there's some sparkle to it. And then what's the deal, Dan, with like the magician's robe? Because I have that. Like, is it just like a fucking Technicolor dream coat, or does it have some sort of thing that I can put into it?
I mean, it's attuned to your Fey bloodline.
Yeah.
So it has vines. It's greenish. It's it's not ostentatious. Not in the way that Largo's original outfit was.
Yeah.
But it is finery.
Yeah.
It is green, different shades of green. There's probably like a very sharp, almost emerald green trim or collar trim kind of thing.
Gotcha.
With there might be some subtle yellow and maybe some red flowers embroidered in other places, and like embroidered against the fabric in the same color as the fabric is like pixies and sprites and stuff to convey that sense that they're invisible.
Yep.
But so
So
I mean,
that
it's
over the white.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've retired the fez, but the fez is like important, and it's like up in my room in Penteros. And instead, like I've got like a little like shimmery gold hairband, and I'm doing like the half pony.
It's like a Logan's Run hairdo.
The half, like oh god, it's The Witcher. I've got the Witcher hair.
Yeah.
And you've got a little headband.
Yeah, and my hair is like like a light purple, like a graying purple.
It's great.
I'm just a little bit more wizened now.
As you were explaining your outfit, I just kept on seeing like Mike Myers' Guru.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Like West, like 60-year-old man, just retired, went to India for like 6 months. Like thinks that the guy that just weaseled him out of like $10,000 is like his fucking
Uh-huh.
guy.
He's my yogi.
Yeah.
It's great.
It needs teaching.